Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Hello,
Good. Okay, so
chat.
I didn't hear anything when you
No,
just did your
no,
Okay,
we
am I
don't
not
hear that,
supposed
but
to?
they hear
Okay, awesome.
it. Yeah, I don't know why we can't hear it, but that's what it says. I just watch a YouTube video and hopefully everything works out the way it's supposed to. How is everyone doing today? Guys, I
Hey,
have True
chat.
Crime Wifey here, which I'm sure everybody is familiar with, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? You are boots on the ground in Tallahassee. Amazing.
Okay, so my name is True Crime Wifey. I've been living in the Tallahassee area for over 25 years. I actually moved up here from Tampa, so I didn't really like Tallahassee the first couple of years. Like, it was really backwoods to me
Yeah.
in a way. I mean, in fact, I actually had my husband sign that we would move back to Tampa in 5 years. But after 2 years, we ended up buying a house, and then we ripped up that paper because I
Aw,
just fell in love with it. It's beautiful up here, and I don't know, I
it
really
is.
like it.
North Florida is like a totally different, like,
It
North
is,
Florida is not Florida, I don't feel
yeah,
like. Yeah, because you and I both went to USF, right?
yeah, yeah. We're
Mm-hmm.
bulls,
Yeah, go Bulls.
which they used to always call like the female like sports teams. They would call them the lady bulls instead
Yeah.
of cows.
That's better. That's
Yeah.
better. That's so funny. Rabid Rabbit says you're looking a little puzzled this morning.
Puzzle pieces.
Yes.
Daniel Rashbaum's puzzle pieces.
Puzzle pieces. He
You
is
know
so
what's so
funny.
crazy is like if you were really following like what his defense theory was, and he was doing his closing, and the very last photo, it should have been Katie McBanawa, but he put Charlie up there, and it was
Yes.
like ding dong.
Charlie's the missing
Like
piece. No, his
we're like
visual was
we're
completely wrong.
we're like, hello, yeah, you're right. Charlie is the missing piece. What? It's like his closing, like, basically said Charlie did it.
I know.
I'm like,
It's
what is
like,
happening?
who did this visual for you? Did they not understand like who you were defending or something?
It should have been Katie's picture.
It was so
I was
funny.
like, yeah, I was like, am I the only one in the Twilight Zone here? Like, what is happening?
No, I was dying for that too. It was so funny. All right, so we've got a good group of probably everybody that we both know in here. Southeast Michigan, MWSF2NB, uh, says I've watched the entire trial for everyone found guilty. Yep, and still more to come. More to come.
I know, and there's so much information out there.
It's crazy. It's
It is
absolutely crazy.
crazy.
I know, and there's still so much that we
Don't
have
know.
no idea about. No idea about. I mean, every time I go back through like just the few like FOIA documents that I have, I find something new like every time. Oh, speaking of which, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. Um, did you know that Katie called Harvey?
Yeah, I know you said that, but
Yes. It's in one of the um one of the pieces
but
of evidence. I'm pretty sure I have it on my
I didn't s-
OneDrive.
but
Hold
I
on, let
didn't
me
see
find
it on
it.
a call log.
No, it's in like the it's in it's in
I
like
don't
the middle of a paragraph. Hold on, let me
And
pull it up.
was that the probable cause affidavit, or which
Hold on, let me
document was it
find
in?
it. Let me find it.
And so, like, do you know the date of that? Like, was it after Sigfredo had called Harvey's phone? Because wasn't that,
I
that was
don't
like
know.
July 1st and like after 1 a.m. or July 2nd? Somewhere around that time was when Sigfredo called.
Hold on, let me find it on my thing. Somebody yelled at me for doing this last time when I was on live with Grish. She's like, "You're not even paying attention." It's like, dude, I don't have an assistant here. Like,
Yeah, there's
I
so
don't
much
have a
going.
COE trying, pulling stuff up for me on, the back end of things. Like, I wish I did, but we are like, we're running this solo. And trust me, like, anybody with a smaller channel understands, like, this is just how it goes. She's like, "You're on your phone." I'm like, how else am I supposed to find documents? If I wasn't doing that, then you would have been like, we are talking about all this stuff and you've never said any, you're not showing us anything. Oh my gosh. All right. Of course, now I won't be able to find it. But yeah, it was like, I feel like it was in June.
Oh, okay.
I thought I had it pulled up in here, but maybe I didn't. So, nothing but professionalism here. Even when
I
I feel
know.
like I'm like fully prepped, it's still like it's alive. Like we're gonna go with the flow, kind of.
I know. I always
No.
say, I'm like, I am not a professional YouTuber.
Yeah, no, you really have to say that, and still people will be like, "Then why are you even on here?" Like, oh, it's like, stop. I don't know. I'll find it later. But yeah, it's if anybody in the chat remembers what I said the last time. No, but I had never seen it before, and I was like, "What in?" Yeah, Christina says, "I thought your cat was in training." Yeah, she is, but she has no opposable thumbs, so she's kind of slacking off. Um, and then if I search for Katie in here, it's gonna come up with like everything. But yeah, so basically what I wanted to talk about today mainly is where Harvey was. Where Harvey was the week of the murder. Okay, because of course, the story that everybody wants us to believe, everybody meaning Wendy and Donna, is that Harvey was in Miami. But
Yeah.
you can't
I
you can't hear him, you can't
yeah,
no
I
evidence.
think that Donna left Harvey in Tallahassee that week. Now, I don't know exactly when Donna went back. Like I don't even know if we know that via her phone records. Like did she still was she still in, cuz Wendy says that she took them to rent a car on the 12th. She tells Isom that, which is Saturday, the 12th of July, for them to return, because Wendy was in South Florida July 1 through the 11th.
Wait, so Wednesday, would it be Wednesday or Saturday? Because wasn't the 14th a Friday?
No, I'm sorry. No, the 12th. Saturday was July 12th. Wendy tells Isom in the interview that she said, and on Saturday, the
So the
12th,
previous Saturday,
yes, the
which that
previous
wasn't the
Saturday.
12th though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because Friday was the
Oh,
11th.
Friday
That
was
was
the
when,
18th,
yeah,
right?
well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Ignore
the
me.
week before, yeah. 18 minus 7. It's okay.
I'm
Oh,
thinking 14 for some reason. Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
the
so let me
14th
go on my
was,
calendar. So
yeah,
yes,
the
you are
14th
correct.
was
I
the
am
Monday.
wrong. No
It's
surprise
okay.
there. Okay, so
It's
on the
okay.
12th, she rents them a car
Well, that's what she
or
tells
she takes
Isom.
them to the rental,
She
which is so
takes them.
weird. Like, why aren't you driving your car? Maybe mileage or whatever.
Well, Wendy had been in South Florida between July 1 and July 11th with the boys. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, June 30th through July 11th.
Okay. Yeah,
Dan
that was
had
the
been in
2
New
weeks
York
she had
City.
them.
Yes, and Dan had been in New York City July 1 through the 11th with Amy Adler. And he returned back into Tallahassee on the 11th because it was his week for
Yes.
physical custody of the boys.
Yes.
And so Wendy, Harvey, Donna, and the boys traveled back up to Tallahassee on the 11th so that Dan could get the boys that day.
Okay.
So then she says that on the 12th, or she tells Isom when Isom's getting her timeline. Sorry, mailman's behind. Okay. Um, when she says, she's like, yeah, and then on Saturday, I took my parents to rent a vehicle or to rent a car. I forgot how she worded it, but
Mm-hmm.
we still don't know what they rented or even
Right.
if that's the day that they rented something.
I'm
But
sure we have. I'm sure there's records of that we just haven't seen yet.
yeah, so okay, this is really funny. After Grish had identified um, the U-Haul picture, right, at Lake Ella, and that the U-Haul was in the background, I
Yes.
went I went
Yes.
into the I know, I don't know
Oh my
how he
God,
did
I
it.
didn't even like put together that perhaps they were there getting
Well,
the
so
you.
okay, so one day after Grish did that, I went in there, but I had okay, this is like so bad because I probably I did record it, but I put my phone on record and then slipped it into my purse. And then I went in there, but like all you can hear is like clink, 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 clink. Like it's like the phone
From
bouncing
your
around in my
purse.
purse. Yeah, but I asked the lady, and this is so funny. Her name was it was you can barely see her name tag, and I was like, "What's your name?" And her name was Makia. It was Mikia.
Oh my
So
God.
before I saw the K, I was like, "Is your name Malia?"
Malia, Wendy's
But
brand
no,
new
her
friend.
name was Makia. But I asked her. She said basically, U-Haul keeps records of everything, like they have been for many many years, and they also have like GPS trackers on their cars. You can rent now if you rent like a big truck.
Hmm.
You can drive that truck to wherever you're going and then turn it into a U-Haul there.
Yes. Hmm.
But if you're renting a conversion van, it's like sometimes they're like, 19.99 a day. Like if you see it on the side of there,
Right.
it's like 19.99 a day, but they also have weekly or monthly rentals. But you have to return that vehicle back to the place that you got it. Like the
Oh,
conversion
why?
vans
Probably because
just
they
don't
don't have
go
as many.
right. So I was just like asking her some questions, but one thing I think when I'm trying to remember what I didn't ask her, like when I left, I was like, damn, I wish I would have asked her that, but her name's like throwing me off, and of course I'm like worried about like and I I won't show that like I do have it on my phone, but I didn't tell her I was recording her.
Right.
I didn't tell her that like you're on audio. But I did tell her that I was inquiring because she kept looking at me like am I going to be like because I was asking her all these questions about basically like if someone rents a vehicle, can someone else drive it and you don't get the like I was asking all of these things, but then it made me look like I was someone who was gonna like rent a U-Haul and then break
And
all the rules. But I was like, but then I told her that it was about a murder investigation, and that's why I was asking her the questions. So then she started laughing. It was funny.
that is so funny. Yeah. Well, I know because I called up Best Buy and recorded it on my phone, but I'm like, they already say the call's being recorded. So look, now we just both have a copy.
Right.
Yeah, and I got, I have the stupid hold music because obviously I get put on hold, and it's copyright claimed on the hold music. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Christina, HS7HC just says Harvey just stands in the shower until he's useful. Just stay here until you're needed.
Yeah, like so okay, it was Valentine's Day when I did a live, and usually when I go live, I only have like a handful of people that are, talking, and we just started like kind of working it out. Like we started talking about that photo, who took the picture, and we
Yes.
really just started like brainstorming, and it was myself, Jolie, Kristen H, Hey Jill, I'm trying to think who all was there, but there was like several of us, and we were just going back and forth and kind of just like working it out. And then 2 days later is when I did a video, because I went back and I just started watching, like rewatching stuff, how like Georgia asks questions. And then I re listened to when Wendy is with Isom, and or Wendy's in the interview room, and when she calls her mom, because I always knew that it was a script, right?
Yeah.
Because Wendy's, hi mom, okay, hi mom,
Are
and
you
then
sitting down?
yeah, and like Donna's like running her mouth in the back.
Around
She's like,
midnight,
okay, can you sit down? All of that
Yeah.
is, and then Donna goes off script. Donna's like, Dad's in the shower. Well, Wendy never asked where's Dad.
Yeah. Can
It,
I put you on
and
speaker? Because Dad's in the shower.
yeah, and then she also, like, Wendy also talks about, she like says something about the boys, but Donna never even asks anything about the boy. Like, so yeah, I was just like, oh my God. I
I'm going to
was
pull
like,
up this picture just in case people don't know what we're exactly
so
referring to. This is the picture that we're talking about.
so look at the sleeves on her shirt. I believe 100% that she's wearing the owl shirt that day.
Yeah, is she barefoot?
I think she might be wearing flats, but if she's barefoot at Lake Ella, I can't even. There's duck
Yeah,
shit everywhere.
she might be in flip-flops, but you like can barely see the strap. Yeah, I
Excuse my
wish.
language. I just said shit.
Oh,
But like
have you
there's
been
duck
to my
poop
channel before,
everywhere.
friend?
Yeah.
I know. I was on live with Judy, AA Legal Focus. Like the first time I was on live with her, I'm like, oh my God, please don't say fuck by accident, Jackie. Like, please don't
hmm
swear. And then she like spelled out the word ass, and I'm like, oh my God, please don't let me accident. Please don't let me accidentally swear.
Oh, and I think Tally Gal might have been on my channel that day when we were all working it out too. I'm trying to remember
Yeah, I think
because
she's
I'm
here
like
right
looking
now.
at, yeah. It's good to see everyone. Hi. I'm having to look at the chat on my phone.
Oh yeah, I'm able to click it up, but I don't know how to put it so you can
It's
see the whole
it's
thing.
okay. Yeah.
So
I've
sorry.
never been in this
We're
little
doing
ninja thing.
basic things. Well, I use OBS as my streaming software because it's free and I really like the features, but
hmm
some of it like they don't have like stream sharing, you can just what is it called? Stream I don't
Screen
know.
share.
No, the
Oh.
stream whatever everybody usually uses.
Oh, StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard. Um but it doesn't have like an actual spot like in the software itself that you can do a live, so that's why you have to like go into the like Video Ninja thing and do it. But I mean,
hmm
it works out just the same, and I like all the other features it has, and it was the one thing that I learned how to use, so I better stick with it. So all right, so yeah, here's this picture of Wendy, and the thing that really like says to me that this is more than likely Harvey, or at the very least somebody that the kids are familiar with, is is that Lincoln? She's holding Ben, right?
Yes.
And then Lincoln's in the bottom. Lincoln is walking towards whoever's holding the camera.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, you just glitched.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said Lincoln is walking towards whoever is holding the
Right, so it's not
camera.
a stranger taking the
Yeah,
picture.
because there's like a is the lake is behind where this picture is, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, because I'm in Grish's
Yeah.
video right here. So yeah, and let me tell you, when we were first trying to find this picture, Grish and I probably stayed on the phone for like 45 minutes to an hour, like searching all over Google
So
Earth,
I
and
drove
that's when I
around.
was messaging you, and I'm like, "Can you tell me where?"
I drove around FSU like several, and it's a very large campus, like taking pictures of every single, because everything is brick
And
there.
everything is brick with this white trim, or like the concrete trim.
Yeah, yes.
I know, and it was like every single one, and I'm like sending him. I'm like, it looks like it's at a park, like blah 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 here, and I'm like sending him all these things. I mean, this was absolutely like
Yeah, I don't even know how he
work of
does all of that.
genius.
I
Now,
know.
the whole I don't either. But yep, there you go. Building lines up perfectly, and it is a U-Haul sign, which we couldn't figure out. I mean, it's such a terrible picture quality. I mean, camera phones in 2014, even
Mm-hmm.
iPhones were, not great. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen Grisha's video about this, it is absolutely
I
amazing.
know.
I'll put his name in the chat. Did I put it in the chat or did I just send it to? Oh yeah, I did. Um,
So Wendy's owl shirt has those little cap sleeves. That's
yes,
why I think she's wearing the owl shirt both days.
more than likely. And that would make sense too if Luis says in his proffer, "Hey, I saw her Thursday morning and then I saw her the day of the murder."
Yeah. Well, and I do know for a fact that, and I did a live 2 days ago on Wednesday, and I started it off with a comment that I made almost 2 years ago under Leo, who used to be 544 Camp Street, and Grish. They did a live stream May 7th of 2024. And I started my live yesterday with a comment that I put underneath it. And then I reiterated that I do know for a fact that Luis posted the Instagram photo on Thursday night.
Okay.
So it wasn't on Friday. Now, I still believe it's a sign. I still believe that he was sending Wendy a sign. And I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that she wasn't there on Friday as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, Grish's whole theory about that makes complete and total sense. And even like the way that Luis was talking about it. What, baby?
yeah,
Okay, there's water right in Mama's bedroom. All right, hold on. I got to go grab her water real
okay,
quick. Um,
okay. But Dirty Wendy is wearing this t shirt the same days,
hold on,
two
baby.
days in a row. I think she might have put, I don't know if you guys can still hear me or not. I can keep talking to you guys and looking at the chat. I don't know if you can still hear me, but wait, is Grish here? Oh, sorry. Oh, you can? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think that she's wearing the same t-shirt both days. And I'm not like I don't know if she was there on Friday or not. But I can see the chat on my phone. I'm answering John Smith. But hey everyone, hey Tattles, hey Christina, hey Florida Gulf Coast, hey John, hey Jolie. I'm going through and saying hi to everybody. Hey Rosie. I hope I'm getting it. Yeah, that's a. If you guys hear a bird in the background, that's a red-shouldered hawk. We have red-tail hawks and red-shouldered hawk nests in my neighborhood. Oh, and it was either yesterday or the day before. Like a baby red-shouldered hawk was going after a blackbird in my yard. That was crazy. Okay, Jackie's back.
All right, I'm back. So sorry. She's 3. She's doing her very best. um, yeah, and I mean,
So,
go ahead.
oh, what I was going to say is basically, allegedly, in my opinion, that Dirty Wendy is wearing the same T-shirt both days, both Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is a really good point. Christina says maybe a lot of her like chore clothing was already packed. So she might have washed it the night of the 17th so she could wear it again on the 18th or just picked it up off the floor.
Yeah, I think she was very busy drinking and packing on the night of the 17th.
More than likely.
I think she was, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, same.
John,
My
Laura.
opinion too, John, Laura, and Wendy. Hi. um,
Oh, they said that maybe Wendy has one more than one owl shirt because
yeah.
it's her alma mater. Was that Brandeis's um,
Brandeis's mascot.
animal mascot?
Let me look it up.
I know the owl is one of, is it FAU or FIU? I always get those two confused. It's one of an owl is,
Yeah, Ollie the Owl is the unofficial um, mascot.
is that FAU or FIU?
This is Brandeis.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Oh, well, in Florida, like Florida Atlantic or Florida International, one of those two, is also an owl. I believe it's the one that's in Boca.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, just the fact that she was ripping down the kids' pictures like the week
Yeah. And
of
we
the
didn't even learn
murder.
that until now.
I know. Well, that's why I'm saying everybody's like they don't have enough evidence. No, no offense to make you talk like that, but if you're saying they don't have enough evidence, that's the way you talk. Because we
Mm-hmm.
don't know. And I thought certainly out of everything, I thought we heard everything we needed to hear from Jeff. If nothing
Oh,
else,
yeah.
I thought we knew everything that Jeff knew. So my jaw dropped hearing that new information.
Yeah, and I speculate that not only did he keep, like, he kept a really good calendar with stuff, but I think he probably went back to his therapist and got his therapist's notes.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he said that he spent $2,000 on therapy dating Wendy. Like, hello? And Jackie, he's got a capital health plan. Okay, that's what all the state employees have up here. It's like
Yeah.
maybe $40 a
A
pop for a
copay?
session.
Exactly.
Yeah, $2,000 for like only dating this girl like
No, it's
several
wild.
months.
It
I
is.
feel so bad for him. His life is ruined because of this.
Of
He
course.
and I don't mean to be mean, but he keeps looking worse and worse every single time he testifies. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be mean about him, you guys, but his life
No,
has
he
been
looks tired.
messed up.
Yeah.
She put she did a number on him.
That's an incredible amount of stress to feel like, not only was he, like, remember that? What's the movie? Like, Oops, I Married an Axe Murderer or something.
Oh yeah.
So not only is he starring in that, allegedly, John Lauro, but, he's got this guilt too of, her saying, hey, we looked into hiring a hitman and he didn't say anything. Like, Lord only knows the kind of
His stomach
burden that is
flipped.
put on his. Yeah, but like, imagine having this information and like, and I've already told my story. I was living in Florida in 2014. Like, I was South Florida, but still. And I had a crazed YouTube fan that was stalking me, coming to my house, sending me threats. I had emails, I had pictures, I had video, I had all this information. They had driven by my house and taken pictures of my house. Like, they knew everything about me. I took
Oh
this
my god.
all to the cops. It took me about 30 minutes to unpack all this evidence that I had, like real evidence. and the cop was like, basically like, call us when they show up on your doorstep.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I
Or
mean,
yeah.
that's
Call
what they're
us when
there
they've
for.
broken into your home.
Yes,
Call us when they've broken into your, or call us when they've stabbed you in the back at the grocery store.
100%. That's what
Yeah.
I was told.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I mean, because everybody's like, Jeff could have stopped this. I
No, he
don't
couldn't
think
have.
so at all.
No,
No,
they would have looked at him and been like, I mean, yeah. I mean, the only thing I think that might have, I don't even think that they would have warned Dan Markel.
I don't think
Like,
so either.
I think that they would have thought like, I mean, look at how they treated him when he had to go there three. Well, he actually, like,
Drove
not only
straight
did he
there.
go there three, yeah, not only did he do the three interviews, in between the first two interviews and then the March one, he went physically there in August of 2014. And he was not interviewed, but there is a in the police report there is a write-up from Detective
Oh,
Corey Hale that said that Jeffrey Lacasse came up here and like pretty much the last thing he says is like you need to be looking into Wendy. That's what he said, and that's in the police report. But like, you know, Jeffrey goes in there, he's under her spell. He's like, talking all this psychopath. Like they are completely dismissing him. They're
yeah.
sleep deprived. He is way above their league and
Yeah,
their
intelligence wise.
intelligence level.
Hmm.
So, yeah, they passed him off as like a weirdo. They
Yeah.
talk about him. Did you ever see um okay, so I actually have it posted on my channel, but then I also did a live stream a couple years ago, or maybe last year, on listening to the Corey Hale interview. And
Is this a second
after,
interview?
yeah, it's the
So you can
second
like barely
interview.
see Jeff. He's like off camera.
Yeah, yeah, you can barely see Jeff. Well, after Jeff walks out of the room and they take him to, I guess, the front lobby of TPD, the camera is still rolling, even though it goes black. And then you hear Detective Corey Hale in the hallway talking to another TPD employee about what a weirdo Jeff is. They're talking about him. You can hear a copier going,
Wow.
you can hear a toilet flush. So, like, the camera was still rolling after Jeffrey left TPD
Wow.
because Corey Hale, you can hear Corey Hale. He says, yeah, I saw him in the lobby, and I was like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, and then they start talking about how he's weird and acting strange.
That is crazy. No, I have
And
not seen
that's
that.
on like the timestamp on that says the 23rd of July, even though some of the timestamps on those videos are incorrect.
Yeah, which that's interesting too. Why would that not be 100%?
I don't know. But it took Leslie B forever to get Tamara Demko's video, and it's because what we saw as the timestamp was incorrect. It was a different day.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, and I ended up never getting Jeffrey's first interview from TPD because I requested it three different times, and then after, I don't know. Once I'm like told no to, it's like
Yeah.
I don't.
And you
I'm
don't continue
done.
to
I'm done
pester.
with you. Yeah, yeah. Plus, it's like a small little office, and there's like a
Hmm.
records keeper lady. Like I don't want to piss her off.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it's dated the 21st, but it's not the 21st. Like he actually, I believe it's the 19th that he is at TBD for the first time. I just never re-requested it with a different time frame. I even took a photo, like a screenshot of the interview with the timestamp saying 7:21 and submitted it to TPD, and they're like, nope, can't find it. It's like, okay. So only got like they sent me, number two and number three like three times.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I have you there still?
Yeah, I'll mute it every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Just because
Um
like if there's something going on in the back. Like right now, there's a small plane flying over.
Just a small thing.
It's like,
Yeah, I've been the same way. It's like I've asked for stuff that then like I see somebody else post. I'm like, hey, I just I just asked for that and they told me no, but I'm not too like, I'm not like this is mine and no. I was talking to Leslie B the other day and she's like, "Do you want some of these FOIA docs?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever you want to share with me." I said, "I'll take a look at, because honestly, everybody picks up a little bit of something different. Like,
I know.
and everybody has like, there's things that you're saying right now that I feel like I've been over these things 100 times, and you just miss it's easy to miss over stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling you. Like when I just went over Luisa's proffer, like I've seen it umpteen times. I
Hmm.
had I went over it again for the purposes of doing a video. I took addition like 9 new pages of notes, and the chat was bringing up a ton of stuff while I was doing my live stream about
Yeah,
things that they were seeing that I wasn't seeing, or things that they pick up on. So it does take a village. I'm
yeah,
happy to be one little person in that community, in the village, the Justice for Dan Markel. I'm happy to be one little person doing my thing.
yeah, same. Well, I think everybody has a little bit of a different perspective of everything. Everybody's going to see different things. Everybody's going to pick up on different things. Like, I feel like, whenever I'm trying to like discuss like Grish, I'm like, I'm pretty good at hearing like everything that is being said and like breaking that down. I said, but Grish goes beyond what's said. And like,
Yeah,
his brain works totally different.
exactly. And he sees things that I would have never seen.
Yes, same, same.
But I think we all come from like our own, our own life experience and our own
Mm-hmm.
like, point of view.
A
So,
100%. 100%. Yeah, they said you were echoing for a minute. I heard that and I was able to fix it on my end, I
oh,
think.
well, I didn't
So
do anything. Do you think it was something that I did on my
no,
side?
no, it's just
Mhm.
sometimes things are weird. I've kind of
May-
figured out what buttons to push on my on my end to fix it, but
well, maybe
when
the
it's my job.
plane,
Maybe
maybe the
the
small
small
plane
plane.
had some sort of software in it. I'm just kidding.
It's screwing with all the vibrations. Um, okay, so Juliet York wants uh, to discuss about Jeff said that she changed her Facebook pic the night before to prep for publicity that she expected. I agree. And he said that in the very first interview, didn't he?
Yeah.
About the
And it
Facebook
was the one
picture?
with
Yes,
the
with her
one
boobs
where,
out.
yeah. And like Harvey photoshopped that cleavage. And why didn't he make them tan? Because like they're like different color than her chest. Like every time I see that photo, I just remember like the scene in A League of Their Own where Madonna's character is teaching the woman how to read, and they're reading like a romance note, milky white breast. Like, do you know what scene I'm talking
Yes.
about? She's like you.
Yes.
She's using like a dirty
Yeah,
romance
she's
novel
using
to
like
teach
smut.
to teach the woman how to read. But like, I'm like, oh my
Oh,
god, why didn't he tan her boobs? Like, okay, sorry,
that's
sorry,
so
pet peeve.
funny.
I don't mean to be graphic, y'all.
You can at the very least. All right, let me see. I'm trying to pull up that let me pull up that picture so everybody can see. It's this one. I forgot how to zoom in on my thing.
Yeah, and Jeffrey even said that. I mean, there were so many other pictures where like the boys
Yeah,
also looked good,
yeah, he
right?
said it wasn't
And
even a
like,
good picture of the kids. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what her I wonder what her picture was the day before. Probably, like, you know that one picture that's, like, always up of her, like, the, like,
With
lawyerish
the really
picture?
aqua eyes.
Yeah, is that yeah, the one where she just looks like a normal person. Like, you can't even find, like, normal pictures of her anymore if you Oh, yes. No, it is. It's the one with the super aqua eyes. Hold on, I just found it. I'm pretty sure, I mean, obviously, it's a complete speculation, but I feel like this is the picture that she more than likely had before. Do you see it on your side?
Yep.
Yeah, crazy. I don't know how to zoom
That
in.
probably is the one that she had up there.
Yeah, that's what, but I like super zoomed into this, and she has something in her teeth over here, which like Harvey could have, you know, fixed for her, I guess. But I guess he's too
Mhm.
busy planning a murder, allegedly. No, I really didn't know how much Harvey was, obviously we don't know how much anybody is involved, but I feel like when Harvey went up on that podium and gave the most scathing
I can't
monologue to the court, it was like, I feel like everybody's eyes were
I can't
open.
believe that they allowed him to keep talking.
Well, I mean, they let him talk for a little bit, and then he was like, "Do you want to go over this with him before he, pretty much puts his foot even deeper into his mouth?" Because like a lot of that was skipped over, even because she like stopped it at one point. Remember?
Well, yeah, I mean, it all taught us that he's not this little feeble man that couldn't get out of the Miami airport.
Just riding around on baggage claim, the fucking the luggage thing over and over.
I think someone, thinks, I was looking somewhere in the chat, I think maybe New York Patriot Lady just brought up Renee Cox, but it's really Ryan Cox, female Ryan Cox. She's the one who said, she was actually, I believe she was Dan's friend, and she said that Wendy had brought over
Clothes.
the clothes
Yep.
and
Yeah. And
and I'm trying to remember,
during
did
like a
she say,
clean out, perhaps? It was like the
yeah,
day before, wasn't it?
I believe it was Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, did she say Thursday afternoon? I wonder. I can't remember what. I can't remember when on Thursday she said she came over. But that would be interesting because if Wendy went over there and dropped off stuff on Thursday night, then how was she at the food trucks hanging out with some girl that she doesn't
Okay,
know, that
somebody
doesn't really
has.
exist?
Okay, Moms for Justice has the Moms for Justice has this actually pulled up in a video. Hold on. Let me get on screen share again. Because yeah, I mean, I hadn't gone through like absolutely all of this, but um
I mean, it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
okay,
Yes.
so here.
Do you understand that?
Hold on, let me scroll through and see if I can but yeah, she saw her the day before, and I don't know 100%. You talk while I try to get the exact
Okay.
or the time for this.
Oh, so she's there at night on the 18th. Okay, so we do know that the first July 18th dates, those are correct. Like meaning
Yeah,
the
for the
timestamp in these
timeline.
videos. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in these videos.
Okay.
But something happened with the
Wouldn't you think that would be like a
camera.
super important thing to make sure that that's correct on on
Yeah,
your
I
side?
don't know. Oh, I know.
That's really weird. I mean, because
It
it would be
is.
like an automatic thing. Like it would be hooked up. Wouldn't it be? Like, wouldn't it be already on the tape?
It should have already been pre-programmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's like so weird to me.
Well, maybe they were using it so much it ran hot or something. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, let me see. Okay, so yeah, it's at 13:43. All right, so let's listen to this one a second. And thank you, Moms for Justice, for having this readily available for us to use.
Yay. Thank you. It's Carolyn, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I'm so bad with these. I feel like such an ass.
Their kids seemed pretty
There we
adjusted
go.
for having gone through that. So I reached out to her to try and get tips on how they handled that to make sure that, the kids were okay. And then we decided that Charlie would move back in to deal with some financial stuff. And so she said I can start coming over and staying at the house when she's out of town and things like that. So, I mean, there's been more conversation recently with us, but we haven't seen each other one-on-one. She came to my house yesterday to drop off some clothes that the boys had outgrown for my son, and brought me some soup because I had a bladder procedure yesterday. But that's the first time I've seen her since the party, and the party was the first time I had seen her since.
And the part of it in May.
Yeah, in May, and that was the first time I'd seen her in.
So it's been really, that sounds callous, but it's been.
Okay, so she said yesterday. She didn't say last night, but
Okay.
you know. But yeah, it seems like, potentially she was going through, she was packing and just wanted to get rid of this stuff instead of having to bring it, with her for the boys' clothes, Wendy.
Yeah. It was less stuff to pack up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think that her house, minus the living room, like the living area, was totally packed up.
Yeah.
It had to have been. She left 3 days later. She left less than 72 hours later.
And even Ruth said something in her book that, she goes to, because they went into Dan's house and stuff and, all the boys' toys and everything in the house. She said she went into Wendy's and she specifically was going to bring toys over to Wendy's house because she didn't feel like Wendy had any toys for the boys.
Yeah, they were in boxes.
Yeah, they were packed.
Probably, yeah, I'm gonna just guess that they rented some sort of moving vehicle. Wendy had her minivan packed up, and all the other stuff went into, whether it was a large van. They could have, Donna and Harvey could have rented, if they rented a regular car, they could have rented like a large SUV.
Yeah, and packed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because I think that she probably took things there on June 30th when she
Yeah.
went to South Florida to stay the 2 weeks. I think
That's a
that she
great
took a
point.
whole bunch of stuff then.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, why wouldn't you? And if you're doing it in many trips, then that, keeps you, because obviously it would have been a little bit obvious if she had a U-Haul in front of her, in front of her house.
Mhm.
But, packing things in small trips, pulling the car in the garage, packing it up. And she had that van too.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can flatten out like in those Odysseys, like you could, if you don't have anybody sitting in
Yeah.
the back 2 rows, you can
Fold the
flatten
seats.
it out and it literally is like just a flatbed truck almost,
Yeah.
because the seats fold down into the floor.
Yep.
But I love Hondas. I'm all about Hondas, but I've never had a minivan. Never had the Odyssey.
Yeah, we rented a minivan when we went to Florida like a couple years ago, and it was really nice. I used to have one of those big, because I had like 9 kids. So I used to
Yeah.
have one of those giant 15-passenger Ford Transit vans.
Okay.
That's like the high top. It was like 22 feet long.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
husband, who's 6'5", could stand up inside the van. It was awesome. I miss that car.
Yeah, I
So
know a
good.
couple of families that have those vans. So they
Yeah,
have a whole bunch of children.
it
So
is awesome. Okay, so somebody, New York Patriot lady says, how Wendy called Renee in the morning the 18th, not in any log. It is in the call detail log. She
that was
called,
Renee Griggs.
mm-hmm. She called Renee at 10:42, and that's the 18-minute long phone call at or 10:24. Sorry, number dyslexia. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point made by Tattletales. And look how great of a person you seem to be when you give things away to other people. Yes.
Hey, Tattle. Hey, Tattles did say a little bit ago, and they do work in law enforcement in a sense. Tattle did say that I guess like that like glitches with recording equipment
Oh,
does
okay.
happen.
Oh, okay.
Does happen more often than we think. So
It feels like their recording
whatever.
equipment too was like 3,000 years old. Like they should have just had somebody there like drawing the pictures of the people because you can barely see anything in those videos. Yeah, Travels Ahead said they probably packed up and Wendy's parents came a week prior to pack all of her stuff up. I mean, that makes sense. Oh yeah, and Diana C 2836 says big downside from her house to the parents' apartment. Yeah, because they were living in the smaller one. At where were they? Were they at the Brickell apartment yet in 2014, or where were they living in 2014? Wendy's parents, I forget.
In 2014, they still had the Coral Springs home, but they had also rented a, was it the Continuum or the Icon,
Okay. Yeah.
wherever they had Harvey's 70th birthday party, where
Okay.
Rob testified that A-Rod was a resident.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a continuum. And yes, and
Okay.
then they talk about that. Wendy was listed as a resident like
Yes.
in April or May of
Mm-hmm.
2014. Oh, well, you just have to, so for visitation, I'm sorry, I cannot. I
Well,
can't.
they rented that apartment for her. Because doesn't is that the one that she moves into when she
No,
leaves? I'm trying to remember because I know Patty's Playhouse went over some of the stuff.
no, she has another apartment, which I think she still has, and it's gone. She's put it into a trust at this point.
That's the Icon or
No, it's
different
not the
place?
Icon one.
Okay.
It's a different place. Travels Ahead, a 6'5" man can't stand up. It's not a Ford Transit Connect. It's like the commercial Ford Transit that's a high top. And yes, he certainly could. Hold on, my little baby needs me.
So, so New York Patriot lady, hi, it's good to see you. So there's two different people. There's Ryan Cox is the video that we just watched, and Renee Griggs is the person that's in town
Yeah.
for the interview. She's
Is that the
also
one she
one of
wanted
the
to give a hug to?
yeah, she said that she wanted to go give a hug to, but she also is one of the 12 people that Wendy forwarded the grandma motion to. Remember when Wendy said she didn't email it to anybody, and then Georgia like lists 12 people?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, nobody saw that. It wasn't a big deal. That's why I sent it out to everybody I knew and more. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing. She was like Jeffrey Lacasse was reading all of the divorce stuff. Like he was really involved.
Yes.
and not just dating her, but was involved in a lot of aspects of her life. Like he cared for the boys. Like he really did care a lot for those kids.
I know.
So like not only did they lose their dad,
Yes.
and then they lost Jeff, who was, had a relationship with them as well.
I know. It's so
It's
sad.
terrible.
It's so sad. And it's like, and then right after that, like, obviously Charlie's no loss to us, but they said that the boys were really close to Charlie. Like, every single male figure that's been important in their life has been ripped away from them. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the guy Dave that she had dated for
Oh, yes,
a
Dave.
while.
Mm-hmm. All right, give me just a second. I have to tend to this little gerbil.
Okay. I'll just read the chat for a second. Mm. I'm trying to see what New York Patriot lady is saying. So Travels Ahead says, I'm certain Wendy was the mastermind of all of this. She would have had to give the green flag, but it's more than that. She started it all, even the initial dislike of Dan. I'll agree with that. Yeah, I actually have the list. I'll read the list off of the 12 people. Let me find it. Sorry if you guys hear pages turning. This is my notebook. I don't think I have that part tabbed. But I know, okay. Grandma motion filed on March 26th of 2014. Wendy forwarded it to Donna Adelson, Jeffrey Lacasse, Tova Walsh, Morgan Honeycutt, Renee Griggs, Gary Cohen, Miguel Edmondson, which is one of her prior boyfriends, Trey Hubler, another prior boyfriend, Robert Adelson, Rachel Frank, Jared Reich, and Mahul, that was another one of her men.
Which is wild. I mean, I've been through a divorce in Florida, like with young kids. I can't even imagine keeping like this many people in the loop of what's going on in your personal life like this. But she was trying to case build against Dan. So everything that he did, she was trying to tell as many people as possible, oh, look at what a monster he is. Like, look at what he's doing to me. She's so the person that would poke the bear and then cry that it attacked her. And that's exactly who she is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so New York Patriot lady says, Ryan Cox is not in the call logs. Wendy called Ryan the morning of. Can y'all play the whole video? Wendy was looking for pretext to creep on Dan. Clothes were an excuse to get up there. The
Okay.
call in the AM morning Dan was shot was establishing more alibis, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okay. Yeah, we can play
Talia.
this video. It's like 20 minutes long. But I've had a few requests in the chat to go ahead and play this whole thing. Yeah, I have all the let me do just a quick search for the call logs. I have, so yeah, there's an interview with Ryan Cox. But yeah, I don't see anything in the call log. But yeah, she was, interviewed day of, called down and spoken about. Okay, so we'll go ahead and watch over this because it's a pretty quick pretty quick interview, so let's just watch this real quick.
Point.
So
Yes,
am I
it's-
supposed to hear it or no?
You should be able to hear this.
Because I didn't hear it before when you were playing it, but I was just reading the screen.
Okay, hold
But
on.
I mean, that's okay. I could mute and then just turn it up on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to, but again,
It's
I'm-
okay.
I
don't want
barely
you to
know
do
what I'm
anything. Yeah, I don't want you to do anything that messes up our other audio.
it would too. The screen would go completely black and something would explode in my computer. I do
like
need
that-
like a full-time IT person. That would be great.
I know 3 things about volume: up, down, and mute. I don't know
Yes.
anything else.
Also the same. All right, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, you should be able to, but yeah, just mute it up. Just mute it on your end.
Okay.
We'll do the whatever works kind of thing.
All
Okay,
right.
so here we go.
It's an attempt to murder.
Okay.
Okay. Any false statements about material matters given by a witness under oath will constitute perjury, which is the first degree misdemeanor according to Section 837 Florida statutes. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you are
Also, thanks, Moms for Justice, for having this up because we're watching this from her channel. So I appreciate that very much.
about to give me is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you knowingly make material misstatements of fact to me during this investigation, you will have committed the crime of perjury?
Yes.
All right, if you would just sign that. Okay. How do you know Daniel?
I know Daniel from law school. So I met him. I was still a law student when he moved down from when he was teaching up in New York, when he was engaged to Wendy. And I met both of them around the same time. Wendy had been friends, had gone to high school and college and also law school for part of the time with a good friend of mine in South Florida. So we met each other in the law school and started talking about South Florida and kind of became, I guess, quick friends then. And then I started to get to know Dan. I didn't know them very well in law school, but they're also members of my temple. So I would see them when I came back up. I was a public defender down in Broward, and he would teach criminal law. So he talked to me a few times about coming and talking to his class about, I guess, what it was like to practice post law school. And then when I moved back, we talked a lot about getting together. And then him and I became close once I found out that they were divorced. I kind of reached out to him in terms of ways to raise my son Jewish. I'm in an interfaith marriage, so I kind of reached out to him in terms of getting some tips on how to do it on my own. And we started doing Shabbat dinners together and things like that. Just kind of became close after that. And that would be in the last year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you a lawyer now?
Yeah.
Where at?
I practice at the legislature. I do policy now, so
Okay.
I don't do trial work anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. When was the last time you saw Daniel?
Last Sunday at the park. At Vancouver Park. Yeah.
Okay. What were you guys just hanging out or
Play date.
playing
Yeah.
with the kids?
He had just gotten back in town from New York, and so a bunch of us of the creative families a message, and there was a bunch of us there. Actually.
Creative, you made it in
The preschool.
preschool.
Yeah. My son also goes there. So there was probably about, I would say, 6 creative families there.
When was the last time you talked to him?
That was the last time.
That was?
Yeah.
No communications via Facebook or
I can check. I feel like that he had messaged about what he wanted to do for the boy's birthday, but I feel like that was before last Sunday, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But I can check.
Yeah, if you don't mind,
No,
actually,
not at all.
obviously we have ways. Obviously we can do Facebook stuff, but sometimes when you're actually friends and stuff, you have a little bit more information
Right.
on that page. I'm taking a look.
It was, he messaged later that afternoon about going to Truesdale.
That's
with
Sunday.
the kids, yeah. And I was cooking dinner for my stepdad, so I didn't end up going. But, and then he had messaged, the other time was Saturday. So he was talking about doing Truesdale or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Can you pull up his Facebook?
Yeah. And I don't have a lot of battery. I tried to charge when I came up here, but
He visited California last week. So it's in
I
Facebook.
guess, right? we definitely, we would see each other a lot at the park. We did a lot of play dates at the park. We did some Shabbat dinners together. We did synagogue stuff together, but there was not a lot of.
This prophecy blog.
Yes.
What is that?
That is, he started that blog. He writes articles for that blog. And my understanding, I've actually never been on there. There's a lot of professors that do criminal law that all kind of contribute on the blog.
You wouldn't have to know the passcode on the stone. Okay.
No. That's New York.
I know, but what?
Oh, I think it's Play-Doh.
Play-Doh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Has he been unusually stressed in the last week or so about anything particular?
I mean, not that I'm aware of, but, like I said, there was a lot of people at the park. I was only there for about an hour, and, we didn't get a lot of one-on-one time. The only downside to doing play dates like that is that you're running around with two kids, and so
Right.
my kid likes to run around a lot by himself, so I wasn't really talking with a lot of people, and I definitely didn't get to talk to him much one-on-one, unfortunately.
Too about Wendy and the divorce and how that shook out.
Yeah. It was a pretty bitter divorce. I mean, I will be honest, I have never heard her side. Her and I had not had any one-on-one time since the divorce happened. So I know what he told me of his side. My understanding was that pretty much just one day she filed and changed the locks and kind of, from his statements, it was not really expected. And then I think it was about, I'm trying to remember the timing, September, I think it was when she moved out, and they finalized it on August, almost a year. And they were just about to go to trial, I know, when it settled. He never told me any stuff like that. I mean, the only stuff he kind of talked to me about was she wouldn't let him Skype and things like that when she had the boys and, things like that. But I mean, I know that it did shock him, and he did.
So it was like a sudden change of heart, according to him.
Yeah. And like I said, I have never talked to Wendy about it. Him and I, we would talk, but a lot of times, again, we were having dinner with the boys, and I tried to not talk too much when they're there, especially because it was pretty, I mean, they had been living separately for about a year at that point, but it was still pretty new. I do know in the last 6 months, he had started dating someone up in New York, and that seemed to be very positive in his life. I also know Wendy. You
saw a difference?
Yeah. I mean, he was depressed, and he had a difficult time with it. And when I say depressed, I mean, it was just dealing with the change. Never, ever would have done anything. I mean, he loved those boys beyond all belief. So it was never, he definitely put his game face on, and really loved every minute that he had the boys. And missed them terribly when he was gone. And so I think that was his hardest thing to adjust to, was being away from them. But I think there was just, I guess, hope again kind of started to set in. I really only talked to him once about her. But he had been the girl in New York, yeah. And he went up there a lot. He was teaching up there. He was doing I don't want to say a seminar, but he was doing a class where he'd go up once a month and do a seminar or something like that. And he met her through that, and then would see her I guess once a month he would see her when he went up there. And I think she was coming down here some as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like she was. I also know Wendy's dating someone because she brought him to my son's birthday party at the park. I don't remember. I mean, I kind of remember what he looks like, but I don't remember his name or anything like that.
Wait, how long ago was it?
That was May 21st, I want to say. It's the middle of the week. Let's see. I don't know if there's date information on. Actually, if I go to these, I'm pretty sure it was May 21st. Yeah. 21st.
What did he look like?
He was tall, skinny. I'm sorry. He was definitely 5'8" to 6 foot. I'm short, so narrowing it down much. Right. Exactly. Narrowing it down from that is a little difficult, but he was definitely lanky. Blonde hair, kind of, I don't want to say mohawk, but clean cut, but then hair like kind of pull it up in the front. And then he wore glasses. I don't really remember what the frames looked like. Pale complexion. And that's about all I remember. On the way over here, I went through my phone to see if he was in any of the pictures that were taken. And he's not.
Yeah.
But, I know she'd said they'd been dating. I think she said she met him in October of last year. But aside from that, I don't know anything about him.
What, so he teaches at the law school?
Yeah, he teaches criminal law and criminal procedure.
How long has he been doing that?
He's been at this law school he came in 2006, I'm going to say, I think. But then he taught at Harvard before then. I think it was Harvard. I'm pretty sure he taught at Harvard before. He's been teaching, I would probably say, for 15 years, I believe. Maybe a little longer. But
And how's his style? I mean, is he well accepted? Is he
yeah.
abrasive or?
I never had him. I have heard from other people that he is kind of a hard-ass professor. But that's law school also. So, most...
So it's to be expected.
Right. I did hear he was more intense than some other ones, which did come as a surprise to me because he's not at all like that outside of school. So,
Did he ever complain about any kind of students or anything?
not to me.
Not to you.
No.
Who
No, but
who do you think he would confide in stuff like that at?
I would say friends that he was professors that he was friends with.
Do you know anybody like that?
I don't. But I graduated in 2007 and I've been back to South Florida and I came back up later. So, that was not really my world. I know that there are a couple other Markells, Dan Markells actually, who are also members of our temple. They teach different things. I don't know if he was close to them, but that's the only, I'm trying to think of other.
They weren't related.
No,
That's interesting.
Really random, yeah. Especially that they all ended up at Florida State Law and they're all members of Shamray Torah.
Did you ever hear him talk about firearms or owning a gun or anything like that?
No, we didn't really talk about that. I certainly don't remember him talking about that. But I don't know if that's just because he didn't or because it didn't ever come up.
Right.
It's not something I generally talk about. I don't know or anything like that. So, yeah. I know. Yeah, trust me, I wish I knew more. We had started to become close. Wendy and I have recently talked more often. My husband and I had separated for several months. And so her and I had started talking during that time. I reached out to her to try and get details on their kids seemed pretty adjusted for having gone through that. So I reached out to her to try and get tips on how they handled that to make sure that, the kids were okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided that Charlie would move back in to deal with some financial stuff. And so she said I can start coming over and staying at the house when she's out of town and things like that. So, there's been more conversation recently with us, but we haven't seen each other one-on-one. She came to my house yesterday to drop off some clothes that the boys had outgrown for my son, and brought me some soup because I had a bladder procedure yesterday. But that's the first time I've seen her since the party. And the party was the first time I had seen her since.
And the party back in May.
Yeah, in May. And that was the first time I'd seen her in.
So it's been really, that sounds callous, but it's been more by the conversation, been more about your situation than what's really going on with her.
Yeah, she had told me about the boyfriend. Her and I would talk a lot about getting together, and then we just didn't.
Something would happen.
Exactly.
My wife does that all the time.
Right.
I'm getting together with so-and-so, and it's like an hour or two, and she's like, oh yeah, they can't.
Right. Either I'm tired or the kids are sick. Or there's lots of that, especially at preschool.
Yeah.
So, and we just hadn't really had a chance to do that. We actually talked about it again, doing that next week, when she was over last night. But, and she messaged me this morning talking about the soup, and that was at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so she did say last night. Did you check? Did you get that? It looks like she's saying that she came over at 9 o'clock. All right, hold on. Let me back it up just a tiny bit.
She talked about it again, doing that next week, when she was over last night. But and she messaged me this morning talking about the soup, and that was at like 9 o'clock. So, but
Oh my.
I think it was okay.
Okay, so she was over there Thursday night.
I got it written down. What is your?
Okay, gotta add that
All
to my
right.
timeline.
You know, we're kind of casting a really wide
Oh my
net, so it's
God.
hard for me to like focus in and ask.
Yeah, and then it says that she texted her at 9.
Well, see, and I think that's what New York Patriot lady was getting at earlier, is that in regards to Wendy's contacts, Ryan Cox is not on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. So it starts at 9:02. The call detail record that I have starts at 9:02. So maybe she texted her before, because it starts with the incoming call from Dan. So, okay, let's just watch the last few minutes of this. There's like 5 minutes left.
Right.
Make sure I ask the right
Okay.
questions.
I understand.
So we'll go back
Feel
on
free to
mute.
call me.
Because I'm
Yeah.
listening on my phone.
Okay. All right. 5 minutes and then we'll get back on.
Is there anything that, you know, once you heard that something happened, I mean, did something jump out at you? Just says, "Oh, I really wonder about that one thing."
No, I mean, of course, everybody, you know, Scott asked me when he was stable, and, you know, I mean, and I did share with him, and, you know, Dan had told me during the divorce, or right after the divorce, that she had had some depression issues and some postpartum issues, and that they were talking about doing counseling, but that they never did that before she moved out, or changed locks, whatever. But I mean, I saw her last night and she seemed fine. She was awkward, but that's because my husband was there and she didn't. I don't know if she realized that he was going to be there. And,
Right.
yeah.
Because of your situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
I didn't take that as her being awkward, you know,
Right, I get you.
because of her life. You know, and I don't know how much honestly, I don't want to share things, but I know I can reach out to people at the temple and find out much more of who he
Yeah,
talks with and
we'll
stuff
talk
like that.
we'll talk to anybody. I mean,
Okay.
one of these things, if you have information, I mean, I've worked several cases that are similar in this nature where you just really casting a wide net. Basically, is, you know, well, the police will find that out.
No.
Come make sure.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have 10 people come here and tell me the same thing than that one person who I really need to talk to doesn't, assuming that we know about.
Right.
So.
There is a gentleman who I know he's close with. I don't know if he would have a better idea as who Dan would talk to at the school. And his wife works at the law library. But I mean, him and I were talking, and you know, he's like, I really don't talk with Dan about anything personal. We kind of stay out of it.
Did you guys ever talk? You and Dan ever talk about any kind of cases or anything that he was working on, or anything that he seemed passionate about, or anything like that?
No, I mean anything criminal law. Well, you know, any of that is.
Apparently, he was working on a case, or was concerned about something that had happened up in New York. I guess there's a case going on where rabbis were charged, like 4 rabbis were charged with like torturing husbands who were refusing to divorce in the Jewish faith or whatever.
Okay.
Are you familiar with any of that stuff?
But that wouldn't surprise me that he would be involved in something like that.
How's that?
Yeah. I mean,
Just because of
the faith. I mean, he's very involved in the Jewish faith. Plus, he lived in New York, you know, there's that's
you think
kind
it
of
would be
the
just
world of his
straight?
crossing.
So it would be fascinating for his religious and
And criminal.
professional beliefs.
Yeah, but also with as much time as he's been spending up there, it wouldn't surprise me if
He's trying to get involved in
that, and then also if maybe one of his students up there, or maybe the woman he's been dating, who I'm 99% sure is also Jewish, knew some of these people are, I mean, it
Some of
wouldn't
the people
surprise me
involved.
if some of these, if there's a more personal connection. But that's kind of everything that definitely melds all of his passions into one, a case like that.
Can you pull
Have you-
up that Facebook thing again? I want to write down his blog thing.
Yeah, it's
I saw it earlier today.
PRAWFSELOG.
Say it again.
PRA
EW.
hold on. I should understand. And do you know the woman's name
The
that
girlfriend.
he's been dating up there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
To you.
I didn't, no. He just said he was dating a new girl and
So now that I take a second, this is like the Boston slang professor blog.
Mhm.
Okay, I was so stupid.
no. You're not
I read it earlier and I was like, how to make it tips. Okay.
It probably was the
A joke.
profs or the profs blog when PROFSBLOG had already been taken
Oh, yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. So we had to come up with some
So
variation.
change a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's
How's it looking? Can I not
it's-
answer that?
too early to tell.
Okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we got to keep a lot of stuff
I
to
understand.
ourselves and everything. So,
I understand.
so people will probably ask you, just keep our conversation.
Yeah,
To,
absolutely.
to here for now.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, feel free to call me
Yeah,
anytime.
I will.
I'll get your number, and yeah.
Yeah, I wish I'd seen him more often. We've seen
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey everybody, Dr. G here.
Hey, Dr. G, how you doing? Okay. So,
So yeah, she also says that Dan said that they never went to marriage counseling. Another fibbers.
yeah. Wendy is great. Great at lying, allegedly. Okay, so it does say that she was there last night. So she went over Thursday night to Ryan's house. And do you have anything with the call detail record that shows prior to the 18th at 9:02? Because that's the one that I have. That's where mine starts.
I don't even think I have details on Wendy's stuff. I have details on everyone else's.
I just screenshot it from I think Katie's retrial when they were
Oh.
going over it, because I was trying to get it from the Leon County court to see if I could get call detail records, because I was specifically wanting to know about Thursday's call records for Wendy. But nobody got back to me on that, because remember how Luis says when he saw her on Thursday with the boys, she got on the phone right away.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that, okay, so in Luis's proffer, he's talking about them basically at Ashford
The apartments.
Yeah. He said we were behind and we were scoping out the house. Sigfredo says, hey, I think I see something. And he got out and came back, and then he said, hey, drive around. So when they mean drive around, it's basically they drove around
To
to-
Prescott.
Yeah, but they came from the McCord Park side, because he says they're driving by and he looks at Wendy over on to his right. I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what Luis says.
Okay, so would Dan's house have been on the right or the left?
Now I'm trying to remember what he says, because he talks about seeing Wendy 3 different times during his proffer.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point during his proffer, when Pat Sanford starts making him clarify, he says, no, yeah, Thursday's the only time I ever saw Wendy. But he doesn't say that he saw her twice on Wendy. I'm sorry, Wendy twice on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, because I think that he saw her at Trescott, and then I also think okay, if that's our green, I say our, right? If that's the actual real green Prius in the background of the Lake Ella photo, that's not Sigfredo, that's Luis, because it's too short to be Sigfredo.
That's what I thought too, because I was looking up the height of the Prius. I think is like 4'9" or something.
Yeah, and
it's a smaller car, and Luis is 5'4", I think.
Either
5'3"
or 5'4".
Yeah,
he's one of those, and then Sigfredo is a foot taller than him.
Yes.
Like Sigfredo's like 6'3" or 6'4".
Yeah.
And Charlie is around the same height as Sigfredo. Katie likes them like a foot taller than her.
Yeah.
Just a side note.
Yeah, because I mean he is in that picture. Let me get back to that video, because in that picture he looks like he's, like bending in to get into the car. And if Sigfredo, I mean, who the hell knows? Let's look at the picture again.
Well, also Sigfredo's thinner, skinnier. Have you seen Sigfredo's most recent mugshot?
Yes.
In DOC? Yes. He's like all shaved off. Like,
yes, I saw
oh
that
my
the
gosh.
other day. Okay.
Just chills.
All right. So let me just try to make this bigger on what I do. Yes, he looks extra scary in that. All right, let me see if I can make this bigger on the screen for you guys. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. And Grish goes into this in like distinct detail in his
that's a short guy in the back.
But yeah, here's like the top of the car right here. And here's his shoulder. And he looks like he's bending in a little bit. I mean, it could potentially be either one of them. If you guys haven't seen this Grish video, it's literally like 7 minutes long. It is worth everything to watch it because it's just absolutely insanity.
Yeah, phenomenal.
He takes like the hex code for the color of the guy's sock. Like his brain works in ways that I can't even like begin to comprehend. Even begin. I understand what he says, but I can't begin to comprehend how his brain works.
Well, it's also similar to when he identifies that, like the color of basically the picture,
the WhatsApp one.
Yeah, the picture of Charlie and Katie.
Yep, for the WhatsApp background. I know.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, she posted this the day before, and basically, this is taken at Lake Ella in Tallahassee, which was having food trucks there. Like, they had a Thursday night little food truck thing, and that's where it was located. And Wendy says in her police interview, I met a new friend, Malia, which it's really funny how Malia rhymes with Garcia. And we spent all this time together, blah, blah, blah. We spent hours together, which I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole, but I just can't imagine like meeting somebody for the first time and then spending hours.
There's not
with them.
Listen, okay, there's not even a lot to do at Lake Ella. Like, what are like?
How could you spend hours at a food truck place? You eat and
don't.
Maybe hang. I mean, I think they had like a bands there and stuff, but
yeah, I mean, like maybe even actually it would have been before 2014, but they used to have like on Wednesdays they'd have like a farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this community west of there called Cherokee, like west of Tallahassee, called Cherokee. It's like a small community, but they grow a whole bunch of different heirloom tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them are like purple and like, I
Oh
mean, just
yeah.
really crazy. I used to buy some tomatoes from there. I love a tomato.
Yes, same. But yeah, a friend of a friend, a new friend. It's crazy. Rosie's asking if they ever showed Charlie's arrest. No, he was arrested by the FBI, so we don't have a video of that. They better show Wendy's.
So that date says July 10th. I wonder if, like, I'm trying to remember if they did it weekly.
Yes, it
Wonder if
looked like it was a weekly thing.
Okay.
Yes, he was just trying to see what time it was in 2014.
Okay.
And yeah, it was 6 to 9, and then basically where the car was. Okay, so here's on the map where the food trucks were, and this is Lake Ella right here. And on this map, he shows the space between where the food trucks were and then also where the rental was parked by Sigfredo. So here's this. And obviously, this little kid is walking towards the lake because whoever's taking the picture is standing right here.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, because I went to that place. I went to that same exact spot and took a picture. And then Grish on his posts on his channel or on his YouTube page, he overlaid my recent photo with this photo, and the weeping willow limb is like the same one. It's like still hanging down.
Crazy.
But when I turned around, it's kind of like rocky and then like, I mean, if I tried to like go, well, first off, I would never go in Lake Ella. Gross. I mean, people are fishing there. I'm like, what in the hell are you thinking? But whatever. But it was like, it's kind of like rocky. Like if I were to try to like walk on it, I might like slip and like, roll into the lake.
Yeah. And like, not like I think Wendy is a great parent, but I feel like instinct alone, like if you were holding, like whoever took this picture, in my opinion, has to be somebody that Wendy trusts because he's walking towards the lake. And this is the littler guy. I mean, obviously, they're both too little to be able to just walk towards the lake. So she must trust whoever is behind this phone or camera because he's walking directly towards the lake. And as we can see from this picture, she's standing, where is she? Is she on? No, she's in the mulch right there. But the sidewalk is right here. So there's not a huge, I mean, from what it looks like to me, you've actually been there, but it looks like there's only a small strip of grass and then you're on that little downslope, like right into the lake.
Oh,
They
yeah.
might have been standing
it's
like
really
right here,
rocks.
perhaps. Oh, okay. So this is like gravel.
Yeah.
Or like rocks and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see. Is that a trash can to the left?
Yes, right here.
Yeah, she's standing more toward the trash can.
Okay, so she's over here. So yeah, I mean, if your kid is walking towards the lake,
whoever's taking the picture.
Yeah, she obviously has to trust whoever's taking the picture because her kid's walking towards them, or the lake, or both. But yeah, so this is where. So here is an aerial view of this. Here's where the food trucks were. Here is where she posts that picture, same place. And here is the rental car. Here's the Prius. That night at midnight, it pings. This is literally a 1-minute drive, a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they were at I forgot that actually I'll just look it up. They were at a bar
Was it a
there
bar?
called
Yeah.
Cru de Gras
Okay.
is what it used to be called. And actually I think that Cru de Gras might be the name it was called after the initial name. And I don't know why I can't remember because I
How
mean I've
dare
been to
you?
that bar. Yeah. I know. But trying to remember. I think that the address is. Hang on, let me. Sorry.
You're fine. You're allowed to sniff.
It used to be. Yeah, the address is 1304 North Monroe Street.
Monroe. You know, the shortcut to Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the one thing that I can't figure out about this picture is she didn't have the boys Thursday night. So is this maybe taken on? She posted this. So Fancy Fiction is the person who posted this picture on her
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. And Wendy posted this on Wendy's Facebook on the night before the murder or the day before the murder. I think he has Fancy's original post. I don't know if she has like a screenshot of when it was posted or not, like the exact time. But Wendy, as if we can see any of that. Hold on, maybe I can find that original picture.
Well, so
She would have had the boys Wednesday night.
yeah, she had the boys Wednesday night, and remember, she said that she walked by Whole Foods
Yes.
and saw Dan working on his laptop in the window and then decided to take the kids to Smashburger instead,
Mm-hmm.
which is heartbreaking. Like, you don't even want to run it. She's diabolical, in my opinion.
So where's the Whole
But
Foods like in relation to Lake
oh,
Ella?
it's over off Thomasville Road, like just a block or two away from Benton. Like, it's
Okay.
over near Trescott Benton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now is there? Okay. Yeah, it's right. It's right on the other side of Winthrop Park. Okay, so that's
Mm-hmm.
very close to Trescott. So is there anything to do at Lake Ella? Like, is there any reason why she would be hanging over there
It's just people just go there
for
to
the for the kids though? Like, is there a playground?
no, there's no playground, but I mean, there's like a really large, like oak tree that kids like climb up on, like just right by this area. But
They seem
you
to be a
literally
little
just go
wee
there.
to climb
Yeah, you go there, to walk around because there is like a walking path all the way
all the way
around.
around
But
the lake. Okay.
yeah, but they probably would have been too young to go around because I think that it's 3/4 of a mile, like the full loop.
Yeah.
And there's also duck poop all over, like,
Mm.
and so, and I really wish I could remember the years, but at some point in time, like, the homeless population just started to infiltrate and take over Lake Ella. And I mean, it was bad. Like, they were finding there used to be a pavilion. I actually did a whole bunch of video. I just don't post everything that I record, but there used to be a pavilion over on the south side. And there's actually the public restrooms are still there, but this pavilion, like, because they were always finding like dead people, like, yeah,
Oh
like
my God.
ODing, and yeah, I mean, it became horrible. So then there was like this, I don't know, I say they, I don't know who they are, maybe the city. They just went in there and just like cleaned out, like just started getting, now homeless people are starting to go back there. But for a long time, you couldn't even walk around there safely because like people look like they're having like mental health episodes. They're yelling
Mm.
at you. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't want to be, you don't know what to think or
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like, because I don't know if you know that, like just a couple months ago, there was a well, I say a couple months ago. I think at this point it's been several months ago, but there was an incident at Cascades Park where I guess a family had called TPD saying that their relative was having a mental health episode, and it's also a violent person, and they had left the house with a knife. And then there were calls about a guy running around very crazily at Cascades. Tallahassee Police Department goes to Cascades Park, can't find him. They leave. 4 minutes later, 911's being called because the man has stabbed not one but two women, and one of them had a baby in a stroller with her
Oh
working
my
out.
God.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like they don't like the mental health services, and I know that this is like all over the place. Okay, I know it's like around the world, but like mental health services are not great. And in fact, like one of the main places where there's like Baker Acts, and
Mm-hmm.
it's over off of Capitol Circle Northeast. It's called the Appalachian Center. They have a bus stop right outside the Appalachian Center. And years ago, when I used to have to be on that side of town, and I would drive by that bus stop in the morning, like on the way to my office, um, there would be people would be out there in hospital nightgowns with the back open sitting at the
Uh,
bus stop, and they had been released from the mental health ward,
wow.
and they'd have on like slides, like like
That's
hospital slides and
crazy.
a hot, like, yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so during that video, I was able to find um the document that talks about Katie calling Harvey. So let me just pull that up right now. Okay, so here this is. Let me pull it up in this so I can control it. All right, so this looks like this is in Charlie's probable cause affidavit. All right. Because I just have like a screenshot of this because it's easier to find in my pictures.
Okay.
Um, but it just kind of like the way it's, kind of like a narrative of this. So it says connections to Magbanua, Garcia Rivera, and Adelson's. And this is on one occasion, telephone records show contact between both Garcia and Magbanua's telephones and a cellular telephone registered to Harvey Adelson. Okay, so whoops.
Hmm.
So this is the same day that Sigfredo calls Harvey. Katie also calls Harvey afterwards. So it says specifically on July 1st, 2014, telephone tower location records show a flurry of communication between the alleged conspirators. On that day, can you see this properly? I don't know why this is not coming up properly on this. Hold on.
Yeah. So okay. So July 1st is the jet ski incident.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So that's when. Oh, it's also the same date. This is so odd. Um. Actually, no. I'm sorry. A couple days before that is when. So June 28th through the 29th is when Wendy and Jeffrey Lacasse are in Gainesville. When Jeffrey confronts her
Yeah,
with
about all the
cheating on
people.
him, and then she like lays down on the floor in fetal position crying because he yelled at her.
Yeah.
Um, the 28th through the 29th of June is the same weekend that Katie and Charlie are in Key West, and they're calling it their goodbye tour or their goodbye trip. And that's when
Really?
that photo, yes, that's when that photo is
Is
taken.
taken?
Yes. So then on, okay, oh, and then on 6/30 of 2014, Wendy meets Amy Adler at Dan's door. And Harvey had to walk her to the door because she was too afraid, right? She didn't want to,
Yeah. So
for
afraid.
whatever reason.
No
Well,
reason.
then on July 1 is the jet ski incident, and it's where Tudo or Sigfredo blocks Charlie and Katie in the road.
Okay.
And then later on, I don't know the exact time, but and why don't I have that here? Oh, it might be on another list. Okay, sorry, I apologize. I don't know the exact time, but this is the same, like that night is when Sigfredo calls Harvey's phone.
Okay.
And I
So
think
this
it's
is that same night.
yeah, and there's two explanations, right? He either had the cell phone number or he had called the dentist office and then gotten Harvey's cell phone off of that
From the
recording
voicemail.
because it was on there. Now on July 2nd at 12:43 a.m. Okay, so in the early, right? It's just like after midnight.
Right.
Charlie and Harvey have a phone conversation that
Yeah.
lasts like a long time.
At 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm seeing that here too. So this is all in like the same timeline. So yeah, it
Right.
says that okay, so this is the jet ski incident day. So it says on July 1st, telephone tower location shows basically Charlie and McManus' cell phones were in the vicinity of Charlie's residence between 10:04 and 1:20.
Okay.
At 11:47, McManus' telephone began attempting to contact Garcia over the next 5.5 hours, which they would have still been at the house. So they're saying that they're at the house between 10 and 1:30 pretty much.
Right.
And she's calling Sigfredo before they even leave the house. She's calling him from Charlie's house at this point. So she says they attempted to contact Garcia's telephone over the next 5.5 hours. She calls him 48 times. At 5:05, she makes contact with Garcia and they appear to have a conversation lasting 6 minutes, 22 seconds. 9 minutes later, Garcia's telephone attempts to contact Harvey's telephone.
Oh, at 5:20.
Yes. And then the cell records indicate this call went to voicemail. They don't know the reason why. But then it says over the next 2 hours, there's several more contacts between the suspected conspirators. McManus' telephone attempted to contact or did contact Garcia's phone over 30 times. And then she calls Harvey's phone at 7:43, which also appeared to go to voicemail. But then at 7:44, she gets in touch with Garcia again, and they talk for 4.5 minutes. And then at 8:29, she and Charlie are talking for 3 minutes. Then at 8:33, she calls Sigfredo again. At 9:07, she talks to Charlie again for 36 minutes. And then at 9:44, they talk to each other again for 13 minutes. At 9:58, Charlie's phone tries to contact Harvey, which goes to voicemail. And through the remainder of the evening, it says that there's numerous other contacts between McManus and Garcia, as well as Katie and Charlie are talking too, with all the calls ending just after midnight. And then, just as you said, at 12:43 a.m., Charlie contacts Harvey's phone, and they talk for 11 minutes and 42 seconds. Now, this is just a few days before they go up for the first attempt, for the first time that Sigfredo and Garcia go up to Tallahassee. So it says,
no, it's
isn't that
no,
June?
this is
I'm
the June and
reading
July
wrong.
trip.
Yes,
No,
so
it's
this
okay.
is not June; it's July. My mistake.
This is after the first attempt failed
Okay.
and
Yep.
before the second one. But 3 days after this is when Harvey is having his 70th birthday party on the 5th of July.
Okay.
Like Wendy is in South Florida when this is happening because she's in
When
South
these phone
Florida.
calls are happening.
Yeah, when all of this is going on because she's in South Florida with the boys June 30th through the 11th of July.
Yep.
So she's staying with her parents, right? You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
at the home. Like,
Yep.
is she the one who's having a conversation with Charlie at 12:43 a.m. on Harvey's phone?
Oh.
Because she stays out of the loop. right? And like that's why she, like because Wendy thinks that she's been very, very careful and basically, not answering her mom's emails all the time. Like all we see is like Donna sending email to Wendy, Wendy not saying anything back, right? She waits until she's with them in person for these conversations.
Yeah.
Like unless she, I mean, I don't know. I do believe she has a burner phone, but I don't know exactly when she got it.
Yeah.
But she makes sure that her electronic trail is limited. But she's in South Florida so much that, I mean, they could just be in person having their conversations.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. Okay, so we think hold on, pumpkin pie. Hold on, pumpkin. So we think that Harvey is in Tallahassee when this is all going down, basically the week of the murder. We think that he might have stayed up there. So I want to go ahead and play this clip because hold on one second, baby. Because it says also there's testimony that Harvey doesn't bring his cell phone like on any of the vacations that they go on because he doesn't want people calling him when he's out. So there's already record of him not having his cell phone all the time. So it's very well that Donna could have taken his phone back. So it shows that he's going back to Miami when just she went. And so I want to play this clip here real quick while I go help this little gerbil. Hold on.
Okay.
And just for a setup, this is where Georgia is asking Wendy about when she calls her mom from the police station.
Yeah.
You remember saying if somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Yes.
And Isom says, regardless of who it is, and do you recall your answer?
I do recall my answer.
What was that?
I think I was hoping it wasn't anyone in my family, and so that idea that it was someone in my family gave me pause.
All right, but that wasn't your answer, was it?
I don't remember word for word what I
Okay.
said, but that was my sentiment at the time.
Was your answer for court and counsel, this is law enforcement interview page 122, lines 7 through 12. If somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Question, regardless of who it is. Answer, I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother. Did you call your mom from the interview room at Tallahassee Police Department?
I did.
And did she answer the phone?
She did.
When she answered, did she advise you that your dad was in the shower?
I don't remember whether my dad was in the shower.
You asked her to sit down, do you remember that?
I do.
Right. And by asking her to sit down, would that signify to her that this was going to be something serious you were going to reveal or say?
I was concerned about her age and if she were standing that she could, hurt herself if she fell down.
Okay. And do you recall that she at that point asked if she could put you on speakerphone?
I don't remember, but that sounds plausible.
What was the purpose of putting the phone on speaker, if you know?
I would be guessing, but so my dad could hear too?
But wasn't Dad in the shower, or you don't remember that part?
I don't remember if my dad was in the shower.
Was anyone else there to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Was Charlie there to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
Did you ask your mom in that telephone conversation to tell Charlie what was going on?
I think I did. I didn't want to make any more phone calls.
And your mom took the news pretty well, didn't she, this phone call?
I wouldn't say she took the news well. I think she was upset.
Did you say something different in your law enforcement interview after you got off the phone with her?
I don't think I did. I don't think I said something like that.
Didn't you say, page 265, line 5 through 6, quote, my mom handled that pretty well?
I may have said that. I can check it. Can you tell me the line again?
Yes, ma'am, page 265, line 5 and 6.
Tab 85.
Yes, that's what I said.
And then page 280, line 22 and 23. Did you also say, well, my parents sounded really surprised, so that's at least a relief?
Yes, I see that here.
No further questions.
Just one moment, Ron.
Okay. So here we have, and again, Georgia's not asking questions just to waste everybody's time.
Right. She says my mom took that well. She only talks to her mom, but then she says my parents, like in the interview. She says, "Oh, my parents seem surprised." It's like you didn't talk to your dad.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
dad.
But she's
said
setting
anything.
up for him to be there.
Yeah. Why isn't your dad hooting and hollering from the shower, saying, "Oh my God,
Oh my
he's been
God.
shot"?
Yeah. No,
And
and I'm
then
trying to find. Go ahead.
So then on the same video, this is what I used for my video on like where I did my live stream. Like I've had a revelation. Harvey was in Tally. At the 8-hour 17 mark is when Rob is testifying about when he gets the news. Well, he, like Donna says, they're in Orlando, and then they're going to continue on to get to Wendy in Tallahassee. This is on the July 19th when he gets the call and he explains like where he is, whatever. He only talks to Donna. He never talks to Harvey. Donna's the one who says, and another thing is if you're leaving Miami in the middle of the night, right? We know that she had to do the money drop. I say she because I'm only saying Donna. Donna had to do the money drop.
Do we know what time that was?
Yeah, I think it was right before 11 p.m. It was like 10:40. I can't remember what the text message is. Remember,
Okay.
10 minutes away.
10 minutes.
That's after 10:30 p.m. I believe that Harvey is not with Donna because when you leave Miami about 2.5 hours on I-95 and no traffic, there's no traffic that late at night.
Yeah.
Donna has to stop in Orlando to sleep. Her and
Right.
Harvey are not in the. If you are in the vehicle with someone else in an emergency, one would be napping while the other one is sleeping, and then they say, "Hun, I'm tired. Let's switch," and then continue on. Especially if you're having to get to your daughter, whose ex-husband's been shot.
Insane. So now, do we know if did Donna or they drive like their own car up to Tallahassee? Because they usually rent a car.
I don't know.
So did she go and rent a car? I would be curious.
I don't know. She's probably in. I don't know. I don't know. But I know that the hotel check-in time is 11:25 a.m. in Orlando. It's at a Hilton.
So what time is that? What time is it again?
1:25 a.m.
Okay. So then
money
she
drop at
basically-
Charlie's. Yeah, money drop at
right
Charlie's in Fort Lauderdale. 2.5, give or take, right, to Orlando. And Donna has to go to sleep because she's alone.
I mean,
This is just my speculation.
So
This is my opinion.
Yeah, no, it makes so much
And
sense.
it's other people's opinion too. Like, I mean, we have like the best of the best people in chat making comments, like watching this case. Everyone is picking up things. And this just is based off of a brain. I did a Happy Valentine's Day live. I just went on. I was actually talking about, Nancy Guthrie and just talking about all kinds of stuff and, the atmosphere being weird and, around that whole thing. And then we started talking about that Lake Ella photo and the question came up and I had I think Jolie Tally Gal was there, like several of like the main people that I see in the chats that I'm in. We all started having this like brainstorming. And then that was on Valentine's Day. And then 2 days later, I did another live stream, like after I rewatched a lot of the stuff. And then Katie's testimony. I think Katie does say that I think I said that Charlie told Katie my mom dropped off the money, but once I found I think I only watched one of her testimonies. She does say that Charlie said my parents dropped off the money, but I mean she's not there.
Yeah.
They use parents, and so this is another thing that's weird, and like this just shows you like how deceptive the Adelsons are. Harvey, Donna, Wendy, the boys, they are all together on July 11th. But Donna sends the email to Wendy on July 11th with all of the details about the Geek Squad appointment.
Yeah.
That's supposed to happen in a week. Hello, you're all together. Why are you sending this email? They're like trying, you know what they're trying to like, they're trying to like cover bases that is like, but it seems silly. Like you're all together.
It's really something.
Like
I
Wendy
can't
can't
even.
jot it down on a notepad, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
but they're setting this up. This
They
is
want
like
a
this is
paper trail for it.
Yes, this is a crime family, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Allegedly,
Also,
Grandma
in my
Dottie.
opinion. Yes. All right, so let's listen to this part from Rob, and then
sorry.
I found. Oh, don't. I'm not trying to cut you off. But I want to, because this is also really important that you picked up on this as well, because he, says that he just talked to her, and doesn't Georgia even ask like, did you talk to your dad also? I
can't remember. Maybe.
Well, we'll hear it now. But then I want to go back and listen to the phone call when Wendy calls Donna from the police station. Okay, so here we go.
About Dan Markel's murder.
I heard the day after the shooting occurred, so that would be Saturday, July 19. I was at a meeting in Chicago, and I think I got a phone call first, and that I was in a meeting, and so I just said can I call you later? And then I got a text message shortly thereafter, like right before 10 in the morning, that said like, tragedy here, please call.
And are these from Donna Adelson?
Yes.
Okay. So were you able to call her that morning from the conference in Chicago?
Yeah, so I walked out and went to the hotel lobby and just hit call.
Okay, and tell us about that conversation with her.
So it's one of those moments that you'll just remember forever. So I remember being in the lobby of the Westin, and I assumed something terrible had happened, and but I wasn't ready for it. She said, so we just want to let you know that Danny's been shot, and they took him to the hospital, but he didn't make it. And it didn't make any sense. And I probably asked like a few medical questions, and they said they're driving up to go help Wendy, and we'll talk to you later. We can't talk now.
Okay. Was she crying in that conversation?
Not in
Donna
that
Adelson?
conversation.
Sir?
No, she was not.
Okay.
It was very matter of fact.
Did she ever give you any further detail that weekend about how he'd been shot, or other than just Danny was shot and he didn't make it?
I think it was the next day. So the only really other time that I spoke with him that weekend, I was in the airport going home like Sunday afternoon. So it was definitely the next day, and it was the first time I could actually have any kind of conversation. And one of the things that she told me is it bothered me, but I didn't have any other details about. But she said that someone went to the front door and said, "Are you Dan Markel?" and then shot him. And then I said, "Well, how could you know that? Who's telling you that?" And she said, "Well, that's just what they're telling us." And
Okay. So she said someone told her that someone knocked on Danny's door, said, "Are you Dan Markel?" He said yes, and the shooter shot him.
That's the story I heard. And later we found out that wasn't what happened. But that story bothered me a lot, because there's only one way you could hear that story.
Was she crying when she told you that information?
No.
Yeah. So, whew. Okay. So, Stuart Schlazer, he's the arts and sciences teacher that was on the phone with
Okay.
Dan Markel when he was shot. If you watch his interview, you got to watch it all the way till the end, because he does like rearrange what he thinks it like happened, but
Like
he does.
the sound and the shot and stuff.
Right, the order in which it happened. But he says that he hears muffled talking. And I think that that is when Sigfredo Garcia is outside of Dan's window in the garage and says, "Are you Dan Markel? Pew pew."
Which that must have been instruction, probably. And I don't think, how would they know? Like, how would they know what the killer said before they had even found the killer?
Right. Well, in
Donna.
Wendy's podcast in 2015, she says professionals murdered, and she's so happy about it. Professionals murdered my ex-latex spouse, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hello, professionals didn't get, hired people weren't being arrested until 2016, a year after your dumbass podcast.
Yeah.
Your stupid writing class.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like after the writing class heard her rewrite on that thing, I'll bet you no one talked to her again. They were scared shitless of her, how cold she was. Because, okay, so the recording has been edited now, but there is a People magazine article about the podcast. And you can't hear it anymore on the podcast, but I have heard it. But this is quoted in the People magazine article about the podcast. And she says, at the end of it, she says, life, it can be snuffed out in an instant. And she's talking about Dan Markel.
Oh my God.
Like it's in, but I can't find the recording anymore. I've heard it because it I actually thought that 544 Camp Street Leo Helmer had it, but I wouldn't even know where to find it in any of his videos, and I don't know. I haven't emailed him asking him if he has it, but I have heard that recording before, but I can't find it anymore. But the People's magazine article does have that quoted in there. So I know that I'm not crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my
that
God,
there's
did I dream
evidence
it?
of
Yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Well, just like the part in Donna's, when she's calling Charlie and she gets caught on the hot mic after he gets disconnected, but she doesn't hang up. When she's talking about, she's reading Wendy's email and she's saying, Wendy, says, I have nothing to do with this. And she says, or I wasn't involved in this. And she says, oh, yes, you were. Which is what it sounds like to me. But it's been cut out of a lot of the... I have it. I have, like, the actual part. And I have... I'm pretty sure I have, like... I have it in my videos somewhere. Okay,
YouTuber Brian Gorman... I think it's Motive and Madness is his channel. He's the one who actually he's the one who actually produced the video for the closing arguments.
Oh,
for
yeah,
the state
yeah.
attorney's office. Okay, he did a whole bunch of audio stuff and broke it down where he says that it was didn't say you were.
Yeah, see, I mean,
Instead
I feel like it's one of
yes,
those
you
things
are.
where
So
you're
I
going
don't
to
know.
hear.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I've got it. Hold on, because I know I have it, and I'm pretty sure.
But whether or not
privatized it.
Yeah, whether or not Donna says that at that point, it's like the entire text message from Wendy to Donna is just 100% gaslighting, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. Yeah, I mean,
no, it's a total cover your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, I think I'll have to go
There's
on my
an
phone.
owl hooting in the background where I
Stop.
am right now.
Stop
Like,
it.
hoo, 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 hoo. Yeah, I just heard it. We have a lot of birds of prey.
Okay, so let's go ahead and
Yeah, I know that you said your
listen.
max was 2 hours.
No, they're being pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and listen to this Wendy calling her mom. And while we're doing that, I will, because I think I put it up on my channel to like show my live, and then I privatized it again, like the portion of the video where that phone call where she says that, and I've got it repeated a few times. And I mean, you've seen like the, like the weird experiments where they play like some jarbled sound that you can't even know, and then they put like text underneath it, and then you can hear like what the text is saying, even though they're like, it's like the same sound, but they change the text, and whatever the text says is like what you hear. So,
yeah.
But I want to go ahead and play that next, but I think I've got it on Make It Public again in my video thing. So let's just listen to this, and then we'll go there. Poor sad little Wendy. So here it's 7 o'clock. So it's 7 o'clock when she calls her mom, and she's not leaving Miami until 11.
Well, she had to do the money drop.
I know, but that's hours and hours. Like, she had to wash it too, so I guess washing each individual dollar bill probably took time.
Really,
Okay.
he's kind of okay, so I just want to tell them what happened and that I need them here,
And
that
they're
I'm
gonna come
fine
up here
and the kids
probably.
are fine.
And let them know, when they ask, say the kids are with Lynn and Alan, call him and say, hey, where are you at? What are you doing? And
Right, and so he's not responding, and he's always very
Okay, so first of all, she's freaking out. I've always thought this was so weird. She's freaking out about how everybody knows about this so soon, which is crazy. She's like, how does everybody know? Oh, they must be calling. Oh, Facebook. They must be Facebooking.
Yeah.
But then she says the disgusting comment right before she calls them. She says, I don't know what to say because I don't even know if he's dead. So I don't really know what to tell my parents. That the plan wasn't successful? Like, that to me is like one of the most chilling parts of this. Okay, let's.
Well, she also gets pissy because she gets a message from a woman named Tracy.
Yes, that's what she was irritated about.
Who lives on the street, but they took Danny's side after the divorce. So she's pissed that someone is contacting her about Dan being shot.
Yes. And
Like,
it's like
what is-
jarbled in the interview, but I was able to clean that up. I'm pretty sure I have that in one of my Wendy series because there's like overlay of some weird like noise. I hear the bird in the background.
I know. The baby hawk just landed in my tree.
So
I know, but like now I'm like kind of getting nervous for it because I can hear that owl.
oh my gosh.
Like, okay, sorry. National
no.
Geographic over here.
How dare you not be able to control the bird noises? My God.
Survivor of the fittest.
responsive. They must have each other's contact on Facebook and then be connecting with each other.
And then what'll happen is they'll get really frustrated because they'll try to contact the police department. We're not telling anyone anything. They'll try to contact the hospital. The hospital's like, no.
Here comes Chelsea. Okay, I'm gonna call my parents.
Okay.
I have no idea what to say because I don't even know that he's dead. I just
You
know
don't,
that he has
but-
been shot. And
But all signs of what everyone's telling you, I mean, when they start talking, sorry to be blunt, organ donation,
I know that's
he's
the one that really.
he's kind of,
Okay, so I just want to tell them what happened and that I need them here.
and
that
they're
I'm
gonna come
fine
up
and
here
the
probably.
kids are fine.
Mhm. And let them know, when they ask, say the kids are with Lynn and Alan. I'm gonna probably be seeing them relatively soon.
I
I'm just
will, right?
really-
I'll be out of here soon. Yeah, okay.
I know it's
It was
probably
so
you're in
creepy
like
to see Jeff's picture. Like, it looked like a weird mugshot. Like, can you... dear God. Okay.
nervous.
No, I just, I think it's shock reaction. You know, right? Shock reaction?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm a shaker when I get upset. So yeah.
I usually shake. I really don't. Okay, here goes. This is This is the worst day of my life. Maybe I should text them if I can't reach them. Hi, Mom. How's it going? Mom, I need you to sit down. I am fine. The boys are fine. I need you to sit down. I'm fine, and the boys are fine. Danny has been. You can put me on speaker. Yeah. Danny has been shot. And I don't think he's gonna make it. And so I know. So I found this out around 1 or 2 today, and I'm at the police station, and I'm trying to help them figure out who may have done this. The boys are fine. I had Lynn and Alan pick them up from school, and they're with Lynn and Alan right now. And I'm gonna leave here soon and go be with them. But I really need you to come here and be with me. But I want you to either fly, obviously you can't leave right now, but I need you to get yourself together. If it's too much to drive, I'd really rather that you flew up. I'm at the police station, and I'm gonna leave soon and be with the boys before they go to bed. They're with Alan and Lynn, and they're totally fine. Yeah, the boys are fine, but they don't know anything yet. In his house, I know. I know. So I just need you to calm down before you get in the car, okay? Okay, so, and it's evening, so if you want to come here tomorrow, I have a lot of people that'll, be here with me, and, we'll have a lot of support. So I want you to take your time and just be safe in getting here, but I'd like you to come when you can, okay? Okay, all right. I love you. I think Jane might, I have the car here, but Jane might take me. I'm not gonna be alone, so I have a lot of support, and I'll be fine. Yeah, if you could just come here, that would be great. He's in the ICU in the hospital. Okay, but be careful, okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, love you too. Bye. Mom? Oh.
You did awesome with that call.
So, yeah, come here tomorrow. Code for dad knows that you can't drive all night alone, in my opinion. I agree with that. But you know what's also always struck me as odd is, and maybe I'm just a psychopath, but I don't pick up numbers that I don't know. If I'm getting a random phone call at 7 at night, I'm not picking up the phone. She picks up the first time Wendy calls her. She's calling from the victim advocate's cell phone. You know what I mean? She doesn't have her phone at this point, does she?
Oh, good
She's
point.
calling from the victim advocate's cell phone.
Well,
Because
wait,
she and
has
Jane
she
are just
gotten her
talking.
phone? Has she gotten her
get it
phone back or
yet?
not?
Or maybe
I don't know. When's the part where she's listening to messages? Is it after she calls her
yeah,
mom?
you know what? You might be right. Maybe she already had it back.
It might be Wendy's phone that she's calling
Okay,
from.
so never mind. Ignore that I said that.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's right, because she's pissed about how people know. Okay, ignore me. No, not good catch, Salty Pepper. Bad catch. I'm having a stroke. Sorry. Well, I know at one point, because I remember like when her and Jane were still in the room, she was like, "Oh yeah, I know my parents' number. Like I can call them from any phone." But whatever. Okay. And you know what I need to do? I need to screen record this and put it into my software and enhance that part of the phone call so we can hear better of what Donna says. Because, but yeah, and it's not like Donna, like you can kind of hear what she's saying, but you don't hear her saying like, it doesn't sound like she's even relaying the information to another party either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because, I'm thinking if
Nobody's
I'm
home.
talking to my husband, or something like this is happening and he's like, what? I'm going to be like, yeah, so-and-so was shot, because obviously it's a shocking thing. I can't even. But yeah, she says, Dad's in the shower almost immediately. Which, before she even knows what's going on.
Well, and there's several times that Wendy's like, I know, but nothing's happening on the other end. You can't hear Donna saying anything. What do you mean? You know what? Donna's not even talking.
I need to screen record that and isolate that and boost the audio because that's what I did. Because I have, I want to listen to this now because this is, I think this is Gavin Fish has like a full playlist of all the jail phone calls. And this is the one where Donna's caught in the hot mic. But I have it queued up to the part where she's reading back Wendy's message. And I played that part. I put up the volume because I was taking like the sections. Because there's like a part where Harvey's talking where you can't really hear him. And I was able to boost that up. And I was going to put like visuals to this. This is why I had taken it down on my channel. But I just want to kind of listen to this part too to see what everybody hears. Because I know some people hear one thing. I feel like I know what I hear. But I just like everybody, because I repeat it a couple of times in this snippet. So I'd just be curious.
Dear Mom, I know you are upset.
And this is the first hot mic.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is when she's, saying, "Oh, we need to go to the Philippines," blah blah blah.
Yeah, because you know that there's a second one, right? There's a second hot mic where she's like, we have to tell her we're leaving the country, and she's talking about Wendy.
Oh no, I think that's all in this one.
No. There's a second one. Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, let's listen to this one, and then maybe we want to listen to that one. And it's from I know the timestamp of the where it is in the video from Phone Calls from Prison, that channel.
Okay.
Because Phone Calls from Prison has all of the jail calls on their channel as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll look that up next then. Okay. So here's the part where she's reading Wendy's email back to her, so it's who the hell? I can't think of her name, but somebody had
Susan.
posted.
No,
not her.
I'm sorry.
Not
Okay.
her. What the hell? I don't know. I'm having
Someone had posted
mental.
what?
Yeah, somebody had posted this phone call, and they had basically cleaned up the audio, ran it through so all the background noise isn't in there. And then they have how on some things you can have the captions put in automatically?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the caption says what I think she says.
Oh, okay. Is it Pretty Lies and Alibis?
Yes. Thank you.
By the verdict. But the anger directed at me is not justified. I don't know how much anger. Really don't. I'm not responsible in any way for Charlie's situation. I am not guilty because I did not do anything wrong, and I was not involved in any way with Danny's death. Here she was. When I was interviewed by the police and testified in court, I told the truth.
Now, on Pretty Lies and Alibis, and that portion of it is not included in her video of this. The audio of that is cut out, but if you're watching the screen while that plays, it says on the captioning, yes, you were.
Ooh.
And now, granted, I don't trust the automatic captioning. Half the time it's completely off. And that's why for a long time I was like typing out my own captions for my stuff, but that's what it heard, which really, you can shake a stick at, not much. But I hear yes, you were in that. But I also understand that you'll hear what, you want to hear. Okay, let me go to phone calls from prison.
Okay, they have a playlist. And you're going to have to scroll down because it's like an older, I mean, they post everything.
Yep. So it's the jail calls.
The calls in this.
Okay, so.
And it's going to be the one that's dated 11/8/23 at 6:38 a.m. That should be I think that might be what the thumbnail says, but I could be wrong about the thumbnail. In the playlist, it's like a 49 minute call.
Okay, that helps. Okay, so there's one that's like the 6th one down.
Okay.
There's two that are about 49 minutes. There's one that just shows Charlie, and it says we would like have to have a miracle to get an appeal. And then there's another one where Donna says, well, yeah, that if you're guilty, she's guilty. You know what date it was posted? Because I'll just...
No, I don't know which date it is. But when you click on it, it's going to give you the time of when the call started.
Yes. Okay.
So if it says 11/8/23 and then 6:38 a.m.
Okay.
Continuing with Charlie and Donna Adelson.
Thank you, phone calls from prison. Okay, so
now go
this
to
is the one 11/8/23.
Okay, at 6:38 a.m.
No, it doesn't say that. It's just, but this is the one that's. It doesn't say what time the call is.
I think maybe like once you start. I think once you start it, it puts up like the time. But
okay, so what? Oh yeah. Okay, so this one is 12:18.
Okay, so it's going to be the one before that because this happens at 6:38 a.m.
Charlie and Donna Adelson talk about me.
Hold on, pumpkin pie. Hold on, princess.
Hey, Charlie. Hang on.
All right, that's 8.
Charlie?
Okay. So what's the timestamp?
So
I think I got it.
At 45 minutes is when the call, quote, drops.
Okay.
Okay, her and Charlie get disconnected. But Donna leaves open the phone, and then you can hear her and Harvey having a conversation. So it starts at 6:38 a.m. So 45 minutes later, this is like, what is that, almost 7:30 in the morning? Like, because it's like 45 minutes after 6:30 a.m. So, whatever. She can't get in touch with Wendy. She's having to contact George, and then Wendy and George are on their way over. Okay. So that's kind of what's happening.
Hold on, princess.
45 minutes is when the hot mic starts, but 47:10 is when Donna yells, like, I have to tell her we're leaving the country.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
If you want to start at 45, like, we can listen to all of it because you can hear her and Harvey talking about Wendy and George and Wendy coming there. And she's like, and she doesn't want George to come up because I guess she's not dressed, but she's like, I'm not dressed. I got to go over this paperwork with Wendy. Like
oh my God.
It's like, it's a lot. This a lot. You could just play it from 45 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I will. All right. And I got to grab my little gerbil. Okay.
Okay.
Listen. Listen, Charlie. Can you hear me, Charlie? Charlie, can you hear me? Charlie? Clicked off. I bet it's because it was an hour. Yeah, he'll call me back. Okay. You can make her aware now that the things that we need to discuss are private. If George wants to remain in the lobby, he can, but I have a lot of personal information that I need to give. You call her. I mean, just say it. I don't care if she's holding up speaker. Say, George, if you need George to drive you, you can, or I'll say it in a nice way. Well, I don't want to use this phone. She's going to call me back. What did she say, a little after 8? Yeah.
I'll meet her downstairs. I'll tell her.
Yeah, just tell her, let me know when you're 5 minutes away.
Yeah, she's going to give it to me. Give me to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the back. They shut Charlotte's phone off before he's going to call back.
No, I don't know. I mean, it just clicked off. No, because my daughter comes up. I don't care what I wear. George is not coming in. But no problem. And if we finish and she still would like to stay a little bit and have George come up, I have no problem. It's just that everything I'm doing is personal with her. So, no. Yeah. I just said to Annie, I'm on the phone with Charlie, and I'll call you when I get off. So I'm not going to call. Maybe I'll call her before Wendy comes. I'll call her. Charlie calls her, and I'm going to get off. So, yeah. So the things that we want is for him to, we'll talk about in more detail later. I'll tell her I thought at first you needed to come here, but I realized that, most of everything we can do, I'll have to tell her we're leaving the country. They're not recording my phone. If they are, they'll just stop. I mean, what am I going to do? I can't write it. Yeah, just don't put anything in writing. I can't. What am I supposed to do? Should I? I can't. So I'm supposed to call Dan, but that line is recorded. I don't have a private line.
Yeah.
So they need to hear me tell Dan to tell.
So did you hear her say I have to tell her we're leaving the country?
They might as well hear me. Yeah. I mean, what's the option? Courtney Cunningham. No. Not necessarily.
So back in the day, I don't know if I could find it, but back in the day, so this would have been June 25th through July 2nd of 2016, okay? Sigfredo Garcia has been arrested. The probable cause affidavit gets sealed, and then it gets unsealed a week later, okay? There was I believe it was a Tallahassee Democrat newspaper article, and it's discussing the sealing and unsealing, okay? Because TPD was freaking pissed, and so was the state attorney's office.
Didn't they accidentally send it to them? I feel like that's what I heard, that they accidentally sent it to TPD or the Tallahassee Democrat, and then they were like, please don't write about this, and when we're ready you can have first first bite at it.
I don't know if that happened, or I mean it might have, but this article I'm talking about, it's discussing the reasons why it was unsealed. Mm-hmm. And one part of the article talks about that there's a possibility that the reason, or it says something to the effect that prosecution and law enforcement had indication that the Adelson family would flee. And wow. This was in 2016, so I don't know what. Okay, so so when we talk about how there's information out there that we don't know about yet, something is going on behind the scenes, way back then.
Yeah. No,
yeah, I mean, there's some weird stuff. Yeah, there's weird stuff that went around. I mean, Leslie B., Grish, and I, we all three did.
Leslie B. is here.
Oh, hey, Leslie. I know, and you guys, I cannot follow the chat. Okay, it's on my phone. I'm having to turn up my phone, mute myself when you're playing the video. It's okay. I don't want you to mess up anything. It's okay. And then there's like a 10-second delay.
Eventually, I'll know everything that's going on.
It'll be all right.
Eventually.
Yeah, but we went over the judge to judge connection timeline with Alberto Jordan, who Wendy was working for in South Florida, and how on the wiretap calls, Donna tells Charlie that Wendy's boss has been talking to a judge in Tallahassee and has some information. Well, I mean, we went over all of that. I don't want to rehash all of it, but Alberto Jordan and a judge here in Tallahassee, they both worked at the same law firm together back in the day before they became judges. And that's the same judge that sealed it and then unsealed it. And and then Memorial Day weekend happens between those two time frames, like between May 26th and 7/2. So like I've always speculated that people were at people's beach houses and parties and things were going on Memorial Day weekend, and that's when conversations were being had. That's just, that's only, and I don't know, and it could be that the judge up here who has a very good reputation, okay, and I've been in court with him. He is a very nice man. He might have inadvertently given information to Alberto Jordan. You know what I'm saying? He might have inadvertently done it and not realizing, and then maybe he unsealed it to cover his ass. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah, just so the information would be out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's an
I don't
interesting
know.
theory.
I don't believe that I don't believe that Wendy is not arrested because she's being protected.
I don't think
by
so.
some. Okay, I mean, a lot of other people have that they have that belief, they have that speculation. I do not.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
it's more complex. I think that there is a lot of stuff, and I have two different opinions as to why. If she is never charged and never arrested, I have one opinion, and then I have a second one. The second one I will never tell anybody. Leslie B knows it. We've bounced it off. I will never say that to anyone. But if one reason she's not arrested, I think it's because of if Grish's theory is correct and Wendy was in contact with Sigfredo Garcia and possibly Luis Rivera as well, it might make Luis Rivera's immunity bad. It might make his whole testimony. I mean, I don't know. I just have, I don't spend all my time thinking about this case, but I spend a lot of time.
Yeah, also the same. No, it's really like it's crazy, and I don't know if so in Sigfredo's appeal documents, because he's putting in, it seems like he's putting like in an appeal that like his appellate lawyer didn't do a good job or something. But it says his lawyer is basically like, you need to start talking because they know that the Adelsons had something to do with this. And this is in 2020.
Mm-hmm. And that's like Baja Harrison.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And okay, so I do not have a copy of this, but I have read it and I've seen it, and I don't know who has it, but have you ever seen the love letter that Sigfredo Garcia wrote to Katie from jail?
No.
Oh my gosh. You know straight up that Sigfredo will never talk.
Yeah, well, they say right in this thing that he's like, I know you're saying that somebody's like basically financially supporting your kids, and so you won't say anything. Like in the paperwork that I have. Hold on, I've got it pulled up if we want to look at this real quick. Okay, so this was when Grish and I were on, and I talked about it in our live, and then I went back and snipped this out and included like the actual documents in here. But it says, yeah, the chances of winning the case either by direct appeal or if that doesn't work by later attacking your trial attorney and claiming ineffective assistance of counsels are not high. Judge Hankinson is the most respected and experienced judges in the state. It's not likely that he made mistakes. Basically there's no mistakes in your trial, and time is running out. The retrial of Katie is coming up. Once this is held, the state will, probably won't be willing to work with you. She can't help the state because she already testified denying any wrongdoing by the Adelsons and covered for them. And I can't read your mind. Hold on. I can't read your mind, but I don't know what you've been told by the Adelsons, if anything, or anybody else. But I mean, he's highly alluding to the fact that Sigfredo has contact with the Adelsons. But if you think that anyone, and I mean anyone, is going to suddenly one day show up and provide you with a way out of this, financially or otherwise, you are fooling yourself. I don't think that either your co-defendant or the Adelsons are going to come to your aid as far as getting you out of prison. Let me find where this goes forward. You're going to take the rap for others. I appreciate your belief that your children are being cared for and that you are willing in exchange to spend the rest of your life behind bars. But I don't think that you have to make that choice. I think your children would be cared for somehow, even if you agreed to provide information about and testify against anyone who had anything to do with this murder. In this regard, you indicated that you were doing all right in prison, and that's good. But I assure you, in a few more years, when all opportunities for you to get out early are gone, you are going to regret your decision. He says, so think about this. And if you want me to come down and talk to you in person about this, write me and tell me. I just ask you to understand that I think you are a very intelligent man who knows who did what. And by the same token, you would be well served to understand that I believe I know what really happened, including who did what. That's quite pointed. Quite pointed. So, I mean, he's basically saying, you might want to roll on the Adelsons before you don't have a chance to do that anymore. And then he says, somebody's taking care of them, obviously, to keep him quiet.
Yeah. In Luis Rivera's proffer, which I just went over like a couple days ago, but in his proffer, he talks about after the hit and after Sigfredo has squandered all of his money away, that they're still getting money. Yeah. That Katie and Sigfredo are still getting money. Like Luis is paying attention to this. And then it's still happening after he gets locked up for the RICO and is sent to federal prison. He's hearing about it. And he tells, Isom that.
It's crazy.
Okay, so it's been almost 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. I've got to go.
I know.
My little girl is in my lap now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's just so much still to uncover about this. It's like, and I mean, have you heard the rumor that they're basically waiting for Charlie's appeal to come back?
Yeah, I mean, I think that might be a possibility. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an attorney. I don't know how all of those things work.
Same. I think if nothing else, it would make sense that they would, potentially go to Charlie and say, hey, listen, we can offer you a chance of parole, not meaning that you're going to get out, but a chance of parole if you go ahead and, squeal on Wendy. Because, I mean, Katie they went back and Katie ended up talking, at the end. And I think Katie knows a lot more than we have heard about also.
Yeah. Well, Harvey was prescribing her massive amounts of Xanax. That's like on the wiretaps. I
think Charlie was writing that script.
Well, Harvey was, because there are wiretaps out there available. Now, the one where Katie is on hold at the pharmacy, I don't think it's available anymore, where she loses her mind trying to get her pills.
Yeah.
And she's on hold. But there are two out there where Erica.
Yes, Charlie's talking to Erica.
Is calling Charlie asking about those scripts.
Yeah. And he's like, no, anything's coming from, Katie, those are good. Yeah. And I think he was like, did he say in there? Because I had that in my, my dirty little secret video, basically outlining all of the criminal activity that we have right on the wire. And, they're talking about that in there too. But I'm going to cut the phone call from the jail where Wendy's talking to Donna so we can, and boost the audio on Donna's side so we can hear that. And then also the last of that, which I had never heard that, the second hot mic. No idea about it even. So that's wild to me.
Yeah, and George is with Wendy. Wendy actually arrives there, and then she comes up. Now, I think George stayed downstairs because Donna wasn't dressed yet, because it's 7:15, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because she started that phone call at 6:38 a.m.
Yeah.
with Charlie. So it's crazy. And so I just want to clarify, I'm really not able to see a lot of the chat or whatever. I want to clarify. I don't, okay. A lot of this stuff is my opinion, my speculation. I am not always married to one thought all the time. If I get other information that tells me something else, I don't, I'm cool with changing my opinion on things. But just, with the Lake Ella photo, if that is the green Prius in the background, that's Luis. Yeah. In my opinion, I don't know, but I will say this though, because I did point this out when Pat Sanford is pointedly questioning Luis. He's like, Thursday's the only day I've seen her. He does say, he doesn't say it was only once that day. Okay, so that is he actually is being truthful. If he saw her, if he ended up seeing her at Lake Ella and also on Trescott that day, then he's covered, because he says Thursday's the only day I saw her. So I don't know. I felt much better. I actually didn't catch that before my live stream, but during my live stream, I actually caught that.
I'll have to go back
that he does say. He does say Thursday's the only day he's ever seen Wendy.
Yeah, I'm talking to my live. You want to say hi? No.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll play this because this is just a little snippet where. Okay, hold on. Where Luis is talking about saying the day of the murder I saw Wendy, and then we'll go ahead and cut out. But thank you everybody for being here. Say thank you. I had to bribe my 3-year-old with toys too to be quiet. All right.
Well, thanks for having me, Jackie.
Thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. So I'll go ahead and play this short, and then we will sign off. But thank you so much for being on here, okay?
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, chat.
So then the next day, he literally says it is proper. He's like, and then on the day of the murder is when I seen Wendy.
They didn't even know I was going in the ride unless the only one that knew was Katie. She knew I was in that car.
How did she know that?
Because he told her. He told her, I'm going with Tato. They call me Tato. So I think I'm going with Tato. So I said, I said, I asked him, who knows? He goes, no, it's just Katie. I said, that lady knows I'm in a car. He's like, nobody knows, just Katie. But in my instance, I didn't trust him that day. I'm like, somebody else got to know. Because if you told Katie had to tell that lady. Because, that day that the murder, when I seen Wendy, that's when I asked him, who's that lady? And he said, that's Wendy. Because, that day that the murder, when I seen Wendy, that's when I asked him, who's that lady? And he said, that's Wendy. Because, that day that the murder, when I seen Wendy, that's when I asked him, who's that lady? And he said, that's Wendy.
Deep dive, true crime with Jackie Seed.